Everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Ice. I'm your DM, the Gold Crow, and with me I have my four wonderful players. And did you guys decide who wanted to do a recap this time?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You'll do it? All right, sure.
All right. Are we just jumping straight into that?
We're going to jump straight in. I don't have anything else to announce, so. Yeah, let's just jump right into the
Right.
session.
Well, last session we confronted Nero, um, Sinbad and Sabrina's ancestor, and a very powerful wizard. After Sabrina's failed attempts to reason with him, we ended up fighting him and defeated him after a brief interlude of books and portal shenanigans. Um, Only to find out this wasn't the real Nero. This was a simulacrum that didn't have all of his memories, at least as far as we know. After that, we explored the tower a bit longer, and Sabrina managed to find a entrance um, to a area out in the void, basically, with on a with a small platform with a tree in the middle, housing Vulgar, the Herald of the Storms, and a Zapdos. After berating Sinbad for his lack of self control, um, he took Sinbad's power from him and turned it against us. We managed to beat this elemental in battle and maybe earn Vulgar's respect. Not quite sure. And that's all that happened.
All right, yeah, take that inspiration.
All right.
And I believe you read that journal, and I didn't have it all prepped up. So I already told you guys what you found in there, but I'll kind of recap it to the audience here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it starts this journal that you read using comprehend languages because it's written in some kind of weird code. It starts with the writer, which you assume to be Nero, being livid, upset, angry about being expelled from the tower by his own flesh and blood and being branded a maleficent mage after becoming a master of the eighth circle of magic, which that basically means for you, Sabrina and Sinbad, eighth level spells. He was excommunicated through some sort of offense that he doesn't really specify, but tries to justify it with how the ends justify the means, and it's for the better of Pokemanity. He was sent into exile, but he seemed very paranoid that the tower was sending assassins or people to come assassinate him and cover it up. There are long ramblings of Nero writing his frustrations with Pokemon with legendary status, and that those from the mage towers were subservient to. They were sworn, and they had to swear in an oath to protect him with the gift, as legendary Pokemon were symbols of power for the common folk in which they inspired. Nero believed Pokemon born with the gift can rise to be more powerful than legendary Pokemon with their lofty titles mean absolutely nothing, and they're resting on their laurels, garnering worship. He airs grievances and dedicates pages of this journal to just ranting about different kinds of legendary Pokemon, how they're not worth worship, and some get a little vulgar, and he uses some choice words on some that I can't repeat on YouTube. um, some later begin playing out twisted fantasies of him enacting harm and murder on these particular Pokemon using the abilities he's learned and how easy it would be. And considering the other mages from the tower to be cowards for not attempting such a thing with their large numbers. And he kind of rambles again about how this problem could be solved if he had more followers who saw his point of view. And that's about as far as you got. You'd have to glean through it a little more to find out more about him.
All right.
But for now, our heroes, anyway, stand in front of this large tree. Oh, right, you leveled up. Bom, bom, bom. So what did you guys get? What did you guys get for your levels? Let's go start with Sinbad.
Oh boy, I did some more level juggling, and at the end that got me counterspell and water walk.
And what about your ability as a sorcerer? What'd you get with that?
Oh yes, so now I have basically a force fields. So if it's a blizzard outside, I can say no blizzard here, which is nice. And I'm resistant to lightning and thunder damage at last, and I can also call lightning with sorcery points as a bonus action.
Cool. What happened with Aiden, Ice?
Oh boy, we have something interesting happening on. Aiden has actually begun taking some levels into Rogue. So all the first level encounters involve that, picking up your sneak attack, all that fun jazz. And well, it's just going to be a lot of fun now that I got sneak attack mostly.
Yeah,
which is also due to certain rules I believe we're implementing now.
Yeah, I'll get onto that after. That's another thing I should have. Yeah, this is something I should have done at the beginning. Why didn't you remind me, guys? Jeez.
Wait, what?
the kind of new things we're implementing. But yeah. I guess I have to update the status screen now that you did that.
Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, let's go to Sabrina. What'd you get?
Sabrina got the ability to project her ward to her allies, and she picked up 2 new spells, one of them being sending and the other one being I don't know what it is yet. Let's see here. It's either going to be Wither and Bloom or Remove Curse. I don't know which one it is yet.
Flip a coin right now on stream.
Yeah.
You think I carry coins with me? Okay, wait.
Roll D4 or something.
You should get remove curse, so that way you can make Sinbad happy.
It's Remove Curse.
All right.
Okay. And finally, Sigurd, what did you get?
I got a feat.
What feat is that?
I took Skill Expert, bringing my wisdom up to 14, giving myself proficiency in the perception skill, and giving me expertise in athletics.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's very easy to flavor since what's been happening.
I might have a +9.
Yeah, that's one.
Yes.
Maybe we are kind of bad at being lookouts.
You know.
Okay, so another rule we have implemented is we're gonna try out flanking. It's technically in the DMG. It's an optional rule, but if you didn't know how that works, basically, if you're standing in front of an enemy and your ally is standing directly behind them, and so you can draw a straight line towards your line of sight. You get a flanking bonus, which is you just basically get advantage. Very easy. The enemies will get it too, so that's why our adventurers might have to be a little more wary when fighting large groups of enemies. But this could be very beneficial for when they're fighting large enemies. There is one more rule that we're implementing, a little fun one, but I'm not going to explain it until it becomes relevant, which it might not. So it's the the spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
It's a mystery to everyone.
So you're in this realm of storms. You hear the rumbling of thunder Here, I'll make Quill happy. You hear the rumbling of storms all surrounding you. This orb in the center of the tree is pulsating with this azure blue radiance. And as Sinbad accepts this gift or his power back, something else happens. From this blue energy source, this long yellow metal spear kind of erupts from it. And it kind of hovers up, being carried by the lightning. It looks very similar to the bird you just saw emerge from the tree. Has these spiky protrusions throughout it, and it has a handle, but it kind of crackles with electricity.
So by hovering in the air, we talking like 5 feet or like 100?
It's on top of the tree, which is a good 10 feet, and it's hovering about, I don't know, 2 or 3 feet.
Oh man, this means I'd have to touch the tree again.
Bree's going to mage hand it.
Oh.
It doesn't work because it's more than 10 pounds.
All right.
Aw.
I'm like, well, time to go climb the tree.
Who's gonna do it?
Sinbad.
All right. Well, you're gonna have to make an athletics check to get up there.
Oh.
All right, that's all good in the hood, right?
Oh no, is it?
7. Obviously, best roll.
You don't find any purchase while climbing this tree.
Do you need some assistance?
All right, I have a new plan. I'm going to cast Goodberry and then fly up to it instead.
Okay, well, you fly straight up. You don't really have control over this flight because it kind of just you go straight up in the direction, right?
No, it's flying speed.
Okay, I'll give it to you then. Yeah, you're on kind of top of the tree. You're on kind of the center point of the boughs where they kind of all sprawl out. And you can walk up to this orb of electricity with the spear hovering above it.
All right, Rafa's coming back. I'm gonna touch it.
Touch the spear or the energy source?
The spear. We already touched the energy source, and that was a mistake.
Okay. You grab the sphere. There's a little resistance as you try to pull it off. It's like kind of the lightning streaks and is like attached to it. You're like, it's almost like you're grappling it away from the lightning. And then when you get it out, you're holding it, and it's kind of still has little bits of electricity just going through it. What will you do next?
I guess we'll have to go spend a long rest to find out what it does. So for now, I have to climb down. I'll climb down the tree and be very successful.
It's either identify or a short rest to find out what it is.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you climb down the tree.
And now I'm gonna eat all 10 of those good berries.
No. You just gorge yourself on good berry as you climb.
Because I had 5 HP. Now I have 15. I have more HP than Bree.
So you actually have to spend a full minute doing that too. So everyone
Yeah,
is
I will.
watching Sinbad gorge on Goodberry.
Actually, this because one good berry is supposed to like sustain you for a whole day, right? How's that look when you eat? How's it feel when you eat 10 of them in one go?
That's a good point. You know, I've always ruled this with this thing. So do a Constitution saving throw.
Man, couldn't this just be a wild magic check? If you eat too many good berries, you might explode. I like that better.
You eat too many good berries and you turn into a potted plant.
Exactly.
Goodberry plant.
It's far more interesting.
Exactly, it's a good berry plant.
Oh, okay.
9.
So about at the 5th Goodberry, your chewing begins to slow down, and you upchuck all over this altar.
Ew.
All right, time to start eating the remaining 5.
All right, do a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage.
I'm like, I need it. I need this HP. A natural 20.
Again.
Too bad it goes away.
Dice Parse is gonna give me natural 1. 15. Okay. I got 10 HP.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
Bree's just watching him do this, and she's like, "How am I related to you?"
Should we clean this up?
I'm not touching that.
Me either.
All right.
Like,
Prestidigitation clean this up?
I mean, it'd be more like throwing baking powder on Barf, I think. It's not like gonna remove the substance.
Yeah.
Or will it? I don't know. We'll prestidigitation it.
I think you can clean an object. Just
Anyone have like a
soil
mop?
clean an object. No, I don't.
No.
Sabrina,
Is
do
it
you-
mo-
Is it currently raining, or is it like just the lightning and thunder?
It's just the lightning and thunder.
Oh shoot!
Oh wait, I got this. I'm gonna use shape water and throw it off the edge.
Ugh, okay, so you use your use your shape water spell. This upchuck begins floating, and you just kind of deposit it off the side of this platform, off into the stormy void.
That works, I suppose.
There's still a little bit of a stain there, maybe, but
Yeah, that's
No one
what
will notice.
prestidigitation is for.
it's like you just made an infomercial right here. Little stains on altars giving you trouble. Then use shape water and prestidigitation. It's that easy.
It's that easy. Now, some other leading value brands of spells might tell you that it's fine, but I assure you, press the shape water.
What are you guys doing now?
I mean, apparently,
Yeah.
It's about time we leave.
Let's leave.
All right. Are you going to try and just leave this place, or are you gonna just are you gonna explore it more? Where are you going? Like, I mean, like the interior of the obelisk.
Well, Sigurd wants to leave. I don't know if anyone else does.
Bree wouldn't mind staying in the library, but I don't think
Considering
there's much
where
else
we're
for
at.
us here.
we've basically
stuff.
cleansed the library of content.
We head back the way we came.
All right.
Yeah, assuming that also doesn't lead to the 9 hells.
All right. So you make your way back through this series of floating platforms. I'm gonna just say you guys are together, and you can manage to get through it just fine without any checks. Sigurd can probably carry you all and jump across, so you methodically get across all these platforms. And you are back in kind of that central hexagonal room with the statue of the Nine Tails with the cloak on it. that you put on it.
Bree retrieves the cloak.
Okay, as you do that, the door closes out to the stormy void.
All right, so the exit was, I believe we came back, and the exit should just be down where we entered from. So,
Yeah.
It should be
In
on the
theory, maybe we'll find Robin.
The mirror is down the stairs, and you see the mirror at the end. It kind of leads back out into that stormy void, but you saw that when you entered.
mhm.
Yeah. And you guys make your way down to the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smelling the ozone of this place. You're in front of the mirror.
I believe everyone except Sinbad had their things. We're still wearing their things.
Right.
Yeah, but Sinbad still has his thing.
I guess Sigurd will poke his head through.
All right, you poke your head through, and it's kind of strange what happened, Sigurd, because the slate of the mirror was on the ground, so you're like poking your head through on horizontally, but it pokes up like you're coming out of the floor, and you, sure enough, you see the cabin.
All right. I poke his head back out, turn to the rest of the group. It's safe, but given that it's on the floor, well, just might be disorienting.
Just jump, it's fine.
You have to like climb out of it, sort of.
Yeah.
Someone could walk through and then just hold the mirror up while it's not
Yeah.
wearing anything.
Bree travels through the mirror.
Okay.
I guess Sigurd will do what Aiden suggested. He'll travel through, take off his ring, and I guess place it in his bag and pick the mirror up.
All right. Yep, you can certainly do that.
Alright, I guess we all get through then.
You
just-
don't, because Sabrina has the cloak.
Oh.
No,
Right.
she has the red cloak.
She took the
Not
cloak.
Not the
She
blue
took
one.
Both cloaks.
Okay, she'll give him back the blue cloak. I was gonna think about just giving him a hard time, but no, she'll just give it to him.
So, yeah, your sister pokes back through the portal and just throws the cloak.
Haphazardly just tosses it to him.
I'll feed you 5 good berries if you leave me behind.
Would you clean up after me when I throw up?
I don't know, depends on how far you get.
Yeah, well, good luck force feeding me anything anyway. Just come through the mirror.
Alright, we go through the mirror.
Okay, you don the cloak, and yeah, sure enough, you're back into the familiar yet creepy cabin in the side of the mountain.
And we put that cloak straight back into the bag.
Okay. All right, you find yourself in the cabin once again. The creepy atmosphere has seemed to have left it after that little expedition for you, Sinbad. It just kind of seems like a normal old cabin when you look around. Those strange noises and visual anomalies that happen, they just don't seem to exist anymore.
Well, that's good at least. Should we take this with us?
Well, we've got to have some way to prove to them that we actually had to go through a mystical pocket dimension, don't we?
Would this?
Yeah, but they can't
fit
travel through
in your
it.
Bag.
Shouldn't we figure out how to get back first?
Unless, and he's just gonna like yoink the glasses off of Bree's face, put them on his, and try to stick his paw through it.
Are you gonna prevent this from happening, Serena?
Yeah, she's actually going to try to stop him from taking the glasses off of her face. She's like, "Hey, those are mine."
All right, then do a acrobatics contested by Sinbad's sleight of hand.
I'm like, this is gonna be a beautiful, I'm sure.
Mm,
9.
He swipes them right off your face. And what are you trying to do with them, Sinbad?
I'm just gonna put them on and see if I can stick my hand through the mirror while wearing the glasses.
No, you just kind of bump your nose against the mirror.
All right,
Give
and
them
then
mine,
he
give them
he
back.
puts them back on Bree's nose.
She, I like to imagine he puts them on. They're like lopsided, and she has to fix them.
Yeah.
And he's just like, well, we can't prove it to them other than us going through it and them not, which they might consider to be a trick.
Better than nothing.
And she's gonna check to see if she can fit the mirror into the bag of holding.
Okay, it was a pretty large mirror, so I'm gonna say that's kind of the only big thing you can put in there.
All right.
Okay.
The fact that we can do this is amazing.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Where's Robin?
You don't see Robin anywhere.
I see.
Huh.
Well, I don't, but
Should we look for her, or should we finish trying to do what we started, which was rip the house apart for planks?
well, unless she managed to find her own way off the island, I doubt she's gone very far.
I mean, I don't know. We could have been in there for like a week for all we know.
If she's still
I
here, then
suppose.
it's not like she has anywhere else to go. So she would just meet us at the beach.
Yo,
Well-
let's just take a piece of this house, I guess, and go make the ice boat and try to get back to shore.
Hmm.
Any objections?
How are we gonna get the wood down safely? I mean, I suppose we could just drop it. but
Feather fall.
I
might-
mean, we could also, maybe set up a pulley system with the rope.
True.
That's not as fun as feather fall.
You seem
I don't have
fairly-
Featherfall
heavy,
prepared
though.
anyway.
Actually, how big are the logs? Are they like width wise or thickness wise? Are they more than like a foot in any dimension
The logs of the
of the cabin?
they're a good like foot and a half.
Okay.
We only need like 3 of these things.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking if we just drop them, even if they do break, unless they like splinter, which
I mean, we could have
recommending
Sin.
it if they're less than a foot.
Actually, could I cast web to break our fall like a trampoline?
You could try.
I'm not saying we.
The
don't.
answer is
I say
no.
Drop the logs. I'm saying we take the house apart, and instead of like using a pulley system or whatever, I guess you could use the webs to slow down the logs.
I mean, I don't know how many boards I could handle, but if I could carry all 3 boards, I could just Misty Step and then just use my flight to safely land and just break the fall.
How
They're
about we
allowed
just
to be.
tear up a few floorboards, put them in the bag of holding, and then go down?
That would also work.
Well, while they're discussing
they're
this,
big,
it's going to start.
But we only
spending
have
some
one
time.
big. We already have a big thing in the mirror.
What are you doing? Aiden?
in
I
Robin's
was gonna start spending. Assuming we're gonna be here for some time, I'm gonna maybe spend like. I mean, I don't know how long they're gonna take discussing, but I'm gonna at least start working on spending an hour turning my mason's tools into carpenter's tools, since that's one of my feats.
All right. Yeah, sure.
What takes an hour? Dang.
It takes an hour.
All right.
Well, I mean, are we taking a short rest?
Are you taking a short rest?
If it takes him an hour, and he's the one who's going to be pulling the planks, unless we use crowbars.
Then I guess you're taking a short rest.
Oh,
All right. Well, time to study Mr. Spear.
Mr. Spear is da-ba-bum.
And also, I guess I can use up all of these. I add my con to this, right?
Yeah.
Or do you not add your con to your hit dice?
Add
Yeah.
your con.
Yeah, you do. Each time you roll, you add your con. So if you use two hit die, you roll it, add your con, roll the second dice, add your con.
I'm like, I had no HP left, so.
Yeah. It's a lightning javelin of returning.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, cool. I get another sorcery point back because I'm even level. Let's see. And is this attunement?
Nope.
Nice.
But I do not think you're proficient in javelins.
Not yet.
Yes.
Not yet.
What do you mean not yet?
I think you're planning on taking.
Man, I'm getting really lucky here. No, wait, no,
Yeah,
I'm
you
not.
are.
Look at those fives.
Just below average.
I'll roll
And
one.
so once Aiden does his thing, what do you want to do with the cabin?
I think the idea was to start pulling up some of the floorboards. So,
Okay. So
first things first, though. After
Alright.
getting the first floorboard out, I want to sort of figure out like how thick these things look, if they're buoyant or not.
okay, they're about as thick as the walls. Well,
Oh,
I guess you have to
Ooh.
rip one out first.
mhm.
So I'm going to make you first do a dexterity check and add your proficiency.
All right.
To kind of loosen it.
That is a plus 6. Yep. 11.
All right. So you seem to have kind of you jammed it in there and kind of like heaved up the nails a little bit, and it kind of split at a point.
Ooh.
You're free to go to some other one. How many do you plan on collecting?
At most, or at
Like
le-
3.
4 at the very least.
It depends entirely on how long they are in order to make sure we can fit all of us on the thing. So,
We're gonna make an ice boat.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna fuse them together with ice.
They're about 5 feet long.
oh geez, we're gonna need a bunch.
4 should be sufficient.
I'm like,
5 feet long. How
5 feet.
wide?
They're about 2 feet. Or not 2 feet, like yeah, about 2 feet.
Oh dear. Okay.
I mean,
Nap time.
your a chair is like 2 feet long. You're fine.
Gonna be real cramped.
I
personally
didn't
we go
say it
for-
was gonna be a luxurious trip.
No, I don't think anyone would expect that. But the problem is making sure everyone fits without tipping the thing.
We just need
I'd
4
say
of
like
us.
get 6.
Do you not remember
I'm gonna say
the
6.
illustration I gave you guys?
Yes, I know the illustration, but even so,
Water buoyant, also wood buoyant.
I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, so just so that we're not here rolling dice forever, I'm
Mhm.
going to have you roll. Just roll 2. You got an 11.
I did.
Make it a roll 4 die 6.
4 dice 6. Just flat.
Yeah.
4, 4, 2, 2.
Okay, so this will take you a better part of the day to get the ones you kind of desire, and some kind of break in the process, and you have to go to other ones. But it was morning outside. Now it is kind of reaching like late afternoon.
All right.
All right.
But you've kind of got your desired floorboards.
Okay.
What next?
In that case, we should probably work on lowering these down, getting ourselves down,
Mm-hmm.
and probably heading back around to the other side of
we-
the island.
Or we stay in the cabin tonight, one of the
Oh,
two.
we could stay in the
That's
cabin
actually a
tonight.
good
Yeah,
idea.
that's a good idea.
I mean, staying in the cabin is creepy, but it's also shelter.
That is true. We could just.
And there's
spend
not
the night
enough
there.
room to make a brie bubble here.
That's fine.
All right, we'll stay in the sheltered cabin thingy.
How's Mechagross doing, actually?
Yeah,
he's still down.
He's still down at the bottom. You look over the side of the cliff, and he's just kind of standing there.
Cool.
He didn't get stolen by Robin.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
I don't think Robin would be able to carry Mechagross.
Not yet.
Not yet.
About that.
Probably would be able to make a bubble in here because you could just move the table and just put it in the center if you really wanted to.
Oh
Man, look at
man.
this nice bed. I think I'm gonna sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
And again, how big is the bed actually? It probably can't fit all four of us.
No, Simba's not sleeping in that bed.
It was next to the mirror.
True.
All right.
How
But
There's
secure
outside
do-
now, it's fine.
How secure does this cabin look?
well, there was a padlock on it that it was broke into. I guess you could put the padlock, but you'd be kind of locked in.
We were also, up an 80-foot cliff.
Yeah. That too.
All right, well, I'm still paranoid about that invisible trying to steal from us. So
Yeah.
Well,
still
those
gonna
were the
take watches.
rotoms.
Oh yeah, taking watch is still a good idea. And I mean, if Sabrina can find some way to set themselves up, like in the middle of the like cabin, they can probably like use a tiny hut to basically wall out the entrance
All right, well, tiny hut then.
Right in
Yeah.
front of the entrance.
while everyone else kind of like is.
It's still mid-afternoon, I should point out.
Oh yeah, it is still mid-afternoon. That's okay. It's
Or
mid-afternoon.
late afternoon, sorry.
Late afternoon.
We talking like 3 p.m. We talking like 7 p.m.
5. About 5, 4.
Five.
Between 4 and 5.
All right, so we could get out of here and set up. It's fine.
I think.
Yeah,
we
I
should
mean, if we're
still
gonna
use
tiny,
this
if we're
for
gonna
shelter.
tiny hut anyway, let's just go to the beach.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I still think it's
So-
better if we set up here, because I mean, I doubt we're going to go boating tonight.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I mean, we need to get everything
vote.
down to the...
Vote time. Vote time. I vote for the beach.
I'm voting beach because we're going to need to carry stuff down anyhow.
Okay.
Yeah, beach party.
All right. Fair enough. Beach time.
All right. How are you getting these planks of wood down?
Probably stuffing them in.
Robin's bag of
Yeah,
holding.
Robin-
Oh, yeah,
Robin
we do
can
have
have
the
it.
other...
Perfect. All right. So I'm not going to make you do checks for climbing down a rope because it's kind of just descending, and that's not too taxing. But I could just because in case of the nat one and someone falls and it'd be funny. But
Oh, my God.
let's just descend you guys down, and you see Mechagross vigilantly standing guard.
Ah.
Wasn't gonna be a nat one confirmed.
You rolled anyway.
Good job.
Oh, my God.
Parser's been on one tonight, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, everyone roll a d20.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Thank Fire LA for this.
Oh no.
19.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't a 1.
You got maidened.
What's your athletics, Aiden?
got a climb
It
speed.
is
His
plus
athletics
3,
is
but I
his
have a climbing
athletics.
speed.
Yeah.
What was that? I couldn't hear.
It's plus 3, but I do have a climbing speed.
Oh, right. Doesn't matter. Okay, there we go. And I don't think Sigurd can fail it. So it was only 5. All right.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, you get down. You see Mechagross. What do you do from there?
I guess we're gonna head back to our original camp spot.
Yeah.
All
Probably
right.
take the planks out. We can probably carry them the rest of the way.
I mean, why would you want to do that?
Fair enough.
All right. You make your way back around the island to that familiar beach, and you see kind of the remnants of the fire left for Robin, and maybe a little circle in the snow from where the hut was before. Hear the rocking of the ocean.
Oh, yes, the shiny circle. We're gonna go put it back in shiny circle, Bree,
Yes.
where we can look like an evil wizard for the rest of our lives.
She just kind of gives him an unamused look, and she's like,
Sure, let's do that.
So you plan to use the hut and sleep?
"Yeah."
Okay. Well, roll a die 4.
Oh.
If you're
come
Oh,
yeah. Boom shakalaka.
Shiny
Okay,
time. Unshiny. Unshiny.
Okay.
Oh,
Just you. D20?
D20 D100.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yep. It's Magic Surge. Again.
4.
95.
Oh goodness.
495.
It's the glasses, I'm telling you. They're dusty. They're messing her up.
Okay, so you got a 4. Okay, that's a moderate. And
Moderate to severe.
Oh no.
So if we get
I
it
assume everyone is within 30 feet of you.
Oh
Yeah.
I
gosh.
mean,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
are we all
yeah.
shiny now?
No. Okay. Okay, just making sure this is the right one. Yeah, it's the right one. So, as you put down the hut, you feel everyone in the party feels as if they're vulnerable to poison damage for the next 24 hours.
What a tragedy.
Okay. But you get the hut up.
And then Robin appears behind us.
Yeah. I swear to God, that's what it is.
Robin dripping with poison.
All right, but the hut is up. Are you going to do anything else? Or you're still in kind of the middle of the afternoon, so those who need it to be dark to sleep, this probably isn't very pleasant for you.
I guess before that, I was gonna say that Sigurd was gonna go look for Robin before we set up the hut, but
Oh, he can
Better
still
be
leave
honest.
the hut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone can leave except Sabrina.
yeah.
You gotta sit there.
And she can be a loaf, it's fine.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go do that.
Okay. Where do you intend on searching?
I mean, last we saw her, she was near the corpse.
You got the base of the island, and you got kind of the planks of wood that head up to the fortress at the top, and you got the fortress itself, and the cabin.
My pen just fall. It did. Well, she wasn't at the cabin. How long would it take to get up to the top and back?
It takes a good hour and a half to get up there, and
Hour
so
and a
3
half.
hours to go up and come back down.
By then, it'll already be dark.
Climbing in the dark is fun, though.
No. He's just gonna search the area around for the moment.
All right.
See if there's any, I guess, signs of Sneasel.
All right. Do a perception check as you kind of go around the island.
Okay.
You're all free except Sabrina to do nighttime activities too. Before you
Yeah.
go to bed.
Well, since Bree is forcefully in a small location and can't escape, Sinbad's gonna try to play cards with her.
Oh my gosh.
I think a roll of a 9.
Oh yeah. It looks very. It's very peaceful when you. It's like you're going on a little nature hike around the island, and maybe it's just being alone. It just kind of feels very serene, but you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. You see,
Maybe the lack of thunder in your ears for 3 hours.
yeah, that could help too. You see some just kind of occasional rock kind of fall down, and you look over thinking it's someone there, but it just kind of fell over from the wind, or it was loose.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind.
Okay.
Aiden, do you want to do anything?
Not really.
I can deal you in.
Yeah.
Screw it.
Gamble.
All right, so let's see who wins this game. Is Sabrina playing, or is it only Aiden?
No,
So that-
she is doing her nerd spellbook studies.
Okay. So, you're busting out the cards. Do you want it, since you're proficient in game? Are you proficient in gaming, Aiden?
I don't believe so, no.
All right.
Are you gambling?
He was like, I could get something useful, or I could get that.
All right. So, do you want to play tricky, Sinbad, or do you want to play smart?
I mean, you gotta play tricky because smart is not in the stat block.
All right. Use your deception then. Aiden just rolls a straight up d20.
All right, Aiden, you're gonna get destroyed.
I'm gonna need you to crit.
16.
Oh.
24.
That's a plus 8.
Yeah. You think you've heard of some of this game, Aiden, and you may have seen people playing it in the shop where your father works while they're waiting for their gear to be made, and you've probably picked up a few tricks, and you think you can put them into practice here and beat Sinbad, but he seems to know exactly what you're doing, and he's just playing around you at every opportunity. And he eventually comes out top in this card game, this nondescript card game that you're playing.
Oh, come on. Oh. You've got to be cheating.
Well, you used the most predictable strategy in the game. It's like the first strategy you learn. You'll get it. You'll get the hang of it in a few more games. You can try out some new stuff. Or you can be in the back and read your book all night.
Bree doesn't even pay attention to him. She's like at the farthest possible corner of the tiny hut from them.
The
Aiden's
island.
clearly looking a little ticked off after that match.
There is no corner.
So,
No, go on.
I was gonna say it's a circle. There are an infinite number of corners, but go on, Phil.
Yeah. Eventually, after you finish up this game where Sinbad won, Sigurd comes back from his scouting.
well, I didn't manage to find her. Unfortunately.
Do you still have the white scale with you?
He opens up his bag. Looks for it.
You look for the white scale, and it's not there.
Apparently not.
Bree's gonna check her bag.
It's not there.
Wasn't it in the bag of holding?
Yeah.
We dealt them all out so that everyone each had one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Okay, Aiden's gonna check for his.
It's not there.
Uh-oh.
I think Nero got us.
That's not good.
Well, I know what we're doing tomorrow.
How much you want to bet the corpse isn't even there?
Oh dear.
Corpse is gone?
Probably.
But I thought it was the Rotom that were stealing our stuff.
was-
That's what they tried to do, and then they appeared, and then we waxed them, and then I thought that was the end of it.
They were in the pocket dimension, Sib.
They came out of it.
No,
What?
they did not.
What?
What?
Who says they can't creep out of it?
I mean, this was most likely Robin's doing. I doubt.
Or someone affiliated with her.
someone
How?
affiliated with her managed to get on the island.
Okay.
We- How could
hold on.
she have gotten it while we were inside the portal? Because that's when we divvied them out.
Aiden's gonna start looking through his supplies just to make sure everything's there. If
No, they were divvied
the-
out before.
I mean, assuming that the scales are gone, like, is there anything else potentially missing?
You look through your bag of holding, or you don't. Who has the bag of holding?
Bree's got them
Sabrina.
both.
Okay, yeah, you look through your bags and bags of holding, and everything is accounted for except the scales.
Huh.
You probably go to the most important item first, and it's still there, and you kind of go down the list. Try to remember, it's like, but did I have that? Oh, there it is.
Well, that's odd.
So,
What do you think, guys? Is it worth it? Do we... Well, we're going to have to, in order to prove that we took care of this thing.
and then we don't have Robin anymore, and there's going to be a lot of issues trying to prove to the Expedition Society now.
Can't you put it in like a magic box or something, Bree? You're magic box wizard, right?
Checking.
I
She's
do not
just
have any
flipping
magic
through her
boxes.
book.
I do not have any magic boxes on me, no.
Well, we had a magic box until that got stolen too.
Our
Well, we
magic
better-
box
we
got
better-
blown up.
We'd better just get our rest. We're gonna have a long day ahead of us tomorrow, getting back up there, digging out the body, and then coming back down here. Or more likely, getting up there, finding out the body's not there, and coming back down empty-handed. One of the two.
You really think whatever took the scale? I mean, most likely Robin. You really think they also took the body?
Whatever
Maybe.
took the scales was invisible. We don't know how big it is. But we'll find out tomorrow.
And she just kind of lays down. She kind of sets her spell book on the ground and lays her head down on it and starts going to sleep.
All right.
You're not gonna learn any new spells by doing that.
Shut up, you don't know that.
And why are you sleeping with the glasses on?
She looks at him, takes the glasses off, puts them in her, and kind of slides one of the handles into the book, or her spell book, and then she lays down next to it and starts going to sleep.
Cool.
All right. Assuming you all use the hut and go to sleep, you get
The shifts. We doing the shifts.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Sigurd will take first watch, I guess.
all right. Just tell me the order.
Actually,
Bree will
he'll
go
take
last.
last. Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
Okay.
I guess we'll go Aiden so he can tell Mechagross to look for boats leaving on accident and save us. And then Sinbad, and then Bree, and then Sigurd, and then Bree.
Sure.
Okay, so you all take turns doing watch over the night, and it with all that's been done, it just feels like a weight has been lifted off this island with the slaying of the dragon and the expedition inside the mirror and everything. It just everything feels very tranquil and peaceful. You especially know this, Sigurd, too, from that little scout you did around the island. But the night goes by, and you all get the benefits of a long rest.
Spells, spells, spells.
Rolling recharge on the wand of magic missiles.
Okay.
Okay.
Half your hit dice, not all of them.
Yep.
Which is also something funny I discovered is that Mechagros actually has his own hit dice.
Yes, he does.
And as the sun breaks over, and what is the weather we're looking at right now?
Oh, yes.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It's certainly been a while since we've had any weather, hasn't it?
Well, it's 25.
Oh.
Another. Let's wait. I have all the things here. So it's 20. Are you guys good for 20? Can you make it?
Yes.
Do we still have the blessings of Loki?
Yes.
That's good for another 18 days.
Then yes.
Then yeah,
Okay,
we're
just
all
keep it
good
going.
and
I
good.
think assuming everyone has all three pieces, that +5 is just straight up 20 right there. So
All right.
Yeah.
So you wake up. It's a little more frigid than it was yesterday, but you see the ice continent off in the distance. Look behind you. See this giant mountain behind you. What do you wish to do?
Gotta climb to the top.
Gotta go back.
Oh boy. Okay.
Gonna go meet Robin and give her the shakedown.
You wanted to do that. I want to get working on the boat.
So, everyone but Aiden do an athletics check,
All right.
because he can just climb.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm significantly better at this than Bree.
13.
Are you sure we
10.
Oh, digging up the corpse of this 21. This
I'm gonna let you,
dragon.
Aiden. I'm gonna let Aiden do it for the sake of the group check.
That's actually fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you keep Sinbad from
Oh,
falling
Sin-
off
you said
rope?
athletics?
Or not.
Yeah. Athletics.
Yes.
Hey, funny. I get the +3 on this now. Wow,
Go.
20.
Okay. Because Aiden threw you over the edge there. Not literally. I mean, there's a spot that just kind of gives way, Sinbad, and Aiden kind of grabs you like effortlessly and steadies you as you climb to the top of this mountain. It's a good hour and a half as you trek up here, seeing the ground shrink below you as you arrive at this large fortress once again. And your plan is
Okay.
to go inside?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you enter.
Sigurd is keeping an eye out.
All right.
He's just gonna watch.
No, wait.
All
He
right.
Also doesn't want to really
I probably
dig
should have
up a
rolled for
body.
Mechagros too.
Oh, right. Mechagross is there too.
Gee, thanks, Ice.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest about it.
All right. Here comes a natural one. We're all dead.
I'm
Well-
probably just gonna let it slide just because
Okay.
it's already done. I don't want to rewind
Yeah.
things.
That's fair.
We'll just remember it
Yeah.
next time. All right.
Yeah, we haven't really had Mechagros for like what 3 sessions.
All right.
Yeah.
You arrive at the fortress at the top and enter the ajar doors into the interior, where you see shards of ice caking the ground and tools in the forge area, all astrew from the multiple thunder waves that went on in there.
Robin.
Is
Robin,
the
Robin.
is the burial site still there?
It is still there. Very
Okay.
obviously still there.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't hide this very well.
Unless it's mysteriously gone somehow.
Well, there's only one way to
No,
find
it's
out.
definitely still there. Because we can see through the glass. Or the ice, I mean.
Well, when it's all condensed, it would look very obscure, but kinda.
All right.
The
So we're
important
just
thing
gonna
is it's
dig it back
frozen.
up.
All right.
Robbing time.
We already did one grave robbing. What's two?
So you guys are just gonna dig with it, or are you going to use some tools or some other method?
Well, what's it buried under? I can't remember because I'm
Ice.
A bunch of ice shards from the the icicles, giant icicles hanging from the ceiling.
We could just pull those out and just throw them to the side.
Well, they're shattered because they kind of hit the stone floor.
Okay, so
You can
they're not
scoop 'em.
densely packed, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, Bree's just going to use telekinesis and throw them all out of the way.
Well, you see, with telekinesis, it's an object, and that's not really an object.
All right, we gotta do this the old-fashioned way, shovel.
Yeah, Bree's got a shovel.
Unless you want me to turn it into even more powder.
I'm looking at what my options are. I'm not going to spend another hour swapping my tools again, so I guess I can just try something like a crowbar to potentially lift any of the more tightly jammed pieces.
All right.
All right, Bree is also going to just start spawning unseen servants and having them assist in pulling out all of these little shards.
Oh yeah, the badge.
All right. All right. You can make multiple of them. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'll say that with multiple unseen servants just kind of lifting ice out, and this must look really weird. You managed to get it out pretty fast, actually, like within an hour.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
That's the easy part. Now it's the hard part. Taking out knives and trying to pry some scales off.
So, yeah, it goes about 60 feet down, and you eventually get to, you see the body of the dragon preserved through the ice. It's a bit scorched on some parts, but,
Fine, we don't need to take from there.
yeah.
All right, time to use the good old crowbar.
I don't think crowbars are
Wait.
good for scales. I'm pretty
You're
sure
gonna
you won't.
crowbar this guy?
Pretty sure the knife is better.
Okay, use the knife and the crowbar.
All right. Who's using a dagger then? Or a knife?
I mean, Sinbad is. I mean, he
Alright,
can
dagger.
pass out daggers to everyone if we feel like it.
So I'm gonna make you do a survival check to kind of
Oh.
pry it off correctly.
I got this. Natural 1.
Can multiple of us?
Natural
Yo, and that's
2.
So you hack up an area and it just does not look pretty. You're like, look, I can get a scale. And
Ew.
luckily it doesn't bleed because it's been frozen for so long. But yeah, you kind of just
mangled body.
yeah, you kind of destroy it, area of it.
I blame Parser.
Gross.
This is why you've made.
All right, then you do it.
I mean, can I?
Yeah, survival.
Right. This is also with a dagger. This is still gonna suck. 9. It's still better.
You're like, okay, I gotta show this guy up that card game he beat me up with last time, and you just destroy an area too.
You know, it's a lot different from moving, or well, you know, working with like scale mail.
Bree wants to try too, but I'd like to petition to use medicine as post-mortem autopsy.
Okay,
Oh,
that's fair.
All right.
Nice.
23.
Boom.
Wow.
Okay,
Whoa.
and all right. So you use the dagger and kind of inspect the places where it would kind of be best to scale it, and I want you to roll a d10.
Oh, that many potentially.
This is going to be the one. You just watch.
Yeah.
True.
Hang on. Come here. Okay, there we go.
Geek, you should use
Oh!
inspiration. Oh!
You get 10 scales. I want Aiden to do a nature check.
Oh, this is gonna be awful.
Oh,
Actually,
oh,
no,
I
it
just
won't be.
realized.
Or
Nothing.
Oh.
I want you to do a do a nature with advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2d20. That is a 16.
16, that's good enough. Kind of, while you see Sabrina get a copious amount of scales here, you think you could make armor out of this. And judging how the dragon was cold-based, you might get some sort of resistance to cold.
Interesting.
But you
Okay.
need probably a good 50 scales.
Oh, okay. Huh. You know how I mentioned scales before?
Yeah.
If we wanted to maybe get more scales, this could actually work as an armor. Like, a pretty good armor, actually.
Well, I suppose I could try a few more times. I can't guarantee that I'll do as well as this time. This time seemed pretty good, but... Well, here we go.
All right. I want you to do... I'll do as many checks as you want, but you can only... With how many have been ruined, I'll say you can only do it... roll a d6.
Okay. 4.
You can do it 4 more times.
All right. Is this going to take a huge chunk of time, or?
This will take about... It doesn't take very long, but I'll say trying to get it will take an hour.
Are we still chiseling?
Oh, well,
No,
actually,
no. Bree got us 10 scales right off the bat.
instead we
Wow.
might be able to make some armor out of it. If we get
Okay.
more.
So, you want me? How many rolls you want me to do, Crow?
I actually want you to do 4 plus your intelligence rolls.
Were you going to say something, Geek?
Okay, so
What?
that's 7
Can I
rolls.
use the help action?
Oh.
Are you proficient
Okay.
in medicine?
No.
Okay, so you just want me to roll 7d10 and then we add the 4 afterwards to each of them?
I want you to do the check 7 times.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shucks. I think I will-
D10, not d20, or...
It'll be a d20
Okay, sorry.
just
yeah.
to make the check, and then we'll see how many
Oh,
scales
this
you
is
get.
going to be annoying with this command thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
oh,
enough.
I-
Okay, you mangled up an area.
So
Geek
wait,
is
how
trying
many?
to say
How many?
something.
What? How many rolls?
6 more rolls.
6 more. Yeah, I guess I'll give you an inspiration. That's a lot of rolls, but yeah, sure.
Okay, so you can re-roll that.
I'll give you inspiration for one. Okay.
It's
Ugh.
Oh, wait, actually, okay, before we keep going any,
Nice.
Guidance.
enhance ability, actually.
Oh,
Okay.
why'd you ask me to do inspiration?
Sorry, I didn't think about it until then. I was like, wait a minute.
I have a spell for
Bruh.
this
I'm
under the.
sorry.
All right. So you're gonna have advantage on all of these
Hang
now.
on.
Okay.
So roll 14 times.
You feel smarter.
Okay. Okay, that's a 13.
13.
It's a 9.
Yeah,
plus
he's
4.
adding the mod.
Okay. You get only D4 scales with that.
Okay, I'll roll that. 1.
All right. Next roll. So this will be roll number. Oh. This will be.
15.
You get die 6 scales.
4.
All right.
You guys are keeping track, right?
So that's 5.
We got 5.
Gosh. 20.
A 20. That'll be a die 10.
10.
15.
So that puts us a grand total of 25.
17.
That'll be a die 8.
Wow.
20, 23.
No, that was 33 total.
18.
That'll be a die 8. Oh my god!
31.
I think it's more than that.
We're at 41 total.
I'm not counting the first ones. I wasn't there.
16.
That's die 8.
7.
38.
Do I have any more rolls?
38.
I haven't been keeping track of your rolls.
Oh dear.
Wait.
That's 6, I think.
All right, I'll let you do one more, just because I should have been keeping track.
Ooh.
That's not very good. That's
11.
11.
That'll be a D3.
Cursed dice.
3.
The cursed die doesn't care.
51 total.
Oh, that's enough to do it. You could theoretically construct a dragon mail breastplate with that,
All right.
51 total.
or anything lesser, too. A breastplate is kind of the max you can make, though. So this dragon looks pretty rough too. It's all like hacked up.
I'm like, we might want to make some smaller armors so that way they have to try to yoink it off of our bodies.
Are we able to make anything like that here? Do we have? Well, I guess we've got the forge up there. I don't know if it's in working condition.
Maybe we want to just get back to Dad.
Yeah, I'd kind of prefer that myself. After all, we do still need to give at least one to Estelle.
Yeah, except for the 51 scale is just poof out of existence.
Would you like me to put them in the pocket dimension?
What?
I feel like that would be worse.
That's what I thought.
She just kind of dumps them in her bag of holding,
Okay.
and she makes sure that it's tied up nice.
Wait
and
a
tight.
minute. So what if we bundled up the Robin's bag of holding inside of the blue cloak, and then we put that inside the mirror, inside of the other bag of holding?
That sounds like
That
so
sounds like
many
it could
steps.
possibly cause a black hole, so we're not going to do that.
That is going to be a
But it's
surgery
not.
to
It's
deal
not.
with.
We're just having a gateway inside of the portal, and then on the other side of the gateway, in a different plane, we just have it sitting there.
You know, I just realized what that could do for like actually carrying people around, and that's a really good idea to hold on for later.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just head back down to the beach and try to get back to the mainland.
Okay.
All right, day 2 of Shiny Hut.
All right. What are you doing?
I mean,
Well,
how
what-
long were we
What
up?
time of the day is it once we get back?
So you're just gonna leave the forge now?
Back
Well-
down to the beach, I guess.
Well, I
Unless anyone
mean,
has any objections.
Wait, do we
that
still
sounds like DM4. You should stay at the forge and make armor out of it.
hold on? Do we still have the box that the badge came in?
What?
I assume that we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Then we can put them in the box and then have Aiden lock the box.
True.
And then put the box in the bag of holding.
But what if someone steals the box?
Then at least they can open it.
Guys,
True.
come on.
Just a second.
To grind up some gold dust, and I would have to prepare. or
Okay,
unlock
guys,
it.
what are we doing? Course of action.
Sabrina,
Yes.
you hear a very androgynous voice say in your head, "Need some help?"
Are you who I think you are?
And who do you think I am?
You're the queen, aren't you?
I could possibly be.
She sighs and says,
What do you want with me?
Oh, no, nothing. Not too much. I don't mean to bother you with your brutal slaughter that you just did right there. But, you see, I just wanted to offer my assistance. That's all.
You mean like the assistance of your little crony?
I mean the assistance of getting off the island. I hope you don't take what happened personally. You four just kind of got caught in the crossfire.
I have a feeling that's going to be happening a lot.
Yes, you wouldn't be wrong to assume that. But the only reason I wanted to, well, stop this little excursion of yours was to stop the MDRA from proceeding farther into the ice continent, but you know what? I don't really care anymore. But
Is that so?
let's get back to why I'm contacting you right now. I want to offer my assistance of getting you off this island. Simple as that.
What's the catch?
Nothing. I get you off the island. Well, there is one slight little one. You just give me one of the items that you acquired. That's all. Just one. That's all I want.
It doesn't matter which one?
I get to decide. I think you need to be reminded of the predicament you are in right now. You're stranded on this island. You've left the body of that dragon there. When abolition comes, they're going to see it, and they're going to find out. You think that bodes well for your travels on the ice continent? And what if the Hallowed flames show up? You went here without their permission, and, well, you're doing a job for the MDRA. How do you think they're going to feel about that?
Well, I was going to be forthright with Brunhilde anyway.
And say you were working with MDRA?
Well, I mean, maybe I could leave that part out.
Yeah. They'll find out. They'll definitely find it. And I'm not a tattletale, but I find the truth comes out eventually, unless you cover all your bases. Perhaps you should learn that from your brother.
Oh yes, that's why I initially intended to be forthright with her. I figure at the very least they will respect the truth.
Oh, definitely. They're arrogant, though, pig-headed. But that's kind of the predicament you're in. You don't know who will show up first. I think my bet's on abolition, actually, because they're a lot closer. But what do you say? Everyone else, you see Sabrina just kind of sitting there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did she say anything back to her out loud?
Is she still in the pit?
Probably.
Just, Bree, how's it going?
does Sib actually say that?
Sure.
Okay, she's like,
Huh? What?
You Did you find a spell in its stomach or something?
Oh no, it's just the queen. She's talking to me in my head.
Oh,
She says that
lovely.
she'll get us off of this island and cover our tracks if we give her one item of her choice that we found.
Didn't the other brain talking friend offer something similar?
Brain talking friend? What do you mean?
You have two. Well, I mean, the first one's Queen. The second one was Tiamicia.
Oh, Teomisia wasn't talking in my head. She was right here.
Oh, who's this Tiamicia?
None of your business.
Oh, I'd like to know a little bit more of that. Helps me keep a pulse on the ice continent, if you know what I'm saying.
I decline to speak further on the matter.
I will tell you, too, you're allowed to give the items back to the Expedition Society, too. Robin isn't there as a witness. That's originally why they sent her with you. And so they don't know what you got. In fact, you could be sneaky and just say you found nothing. That's what I'd do.
I know that's what you do, but I'm not a criminal.
You seem to have no problem with what you're doing down there in that hole.
She just kind of looks at the body and she says,
Well, it's just a body at this point.
Hmm.
Unless you know something that I don't about these Pokemon.
Oh, I know a lot of things that you don't know.
I'm sure you do.
A lot of Pokemon here think what makes you powerful is how sharp your weapon is. But I find it's how sharp your wit is. And the mightiest weapon can be trumped by a wealth of knowledge, information, secrets.
It's like you're reading directly from my mind. I have to agree with you. Knowledge is the trump card that makes even the most powerful of opponents tremble. But there is the matter of ethicality going on here. And with what I did here with this dragon, I was just acting based on information that I had.
Well, don't get me wrong, I'm not shunning you for what you did here. In fact, I think abolition are a bunch of fools for caring more about these things than, well, let's just say they might be a little hypocritical with their ideals. But I
Oh,
won't
really?
get into that. But let's get back to this. Let's back on topic.
Back to business, yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't do this with all your friends, but if you wish for me to talk to any one of them up there, I can do so.
Which item are you going to ask for?
The badge.
We all knew it.
The badge.
That's it. Just the badge.
she's going to look at everyone else and say,
She wants the badge.
I want to make a boat.
What? Why are you even talking to her?
Oh, she talks to you. Don't worry. She'll come in your brain soon as
She
well.
just tried to rob us.
No, not Robin. The Queen.
Sabrina thinks about it and she says,
You know what? Sigurd's right. I'm going to have to turn you down. Abolition may be very upset with us when they find this, and the Hallowed Flames will likely be upset as well. But if we work with you and they find out, then they're all going to hate us.
Do you think
So I'm going to...
Do you think they'll find out? I'm known to cover my tracks very well. I've been here a long time. I've been around the block, and they haven't got me. They've tried very hard, but have failed at every turn. I have thwarted them at every turn. So what makes you think that I can't help you out?
maybe I just wouldn't be able to live with myself. Yes, I know. Being the goody two-shoes, you don't care a darn thing about that, but...
Well, what do you say I sweeten the pot a little bit? Ever wonder why those ice sculptures are chasing you around? Want to know where they're located?
I do. But I'm still going to have to decline.
Oh, let me talk to your brother for a second. Hey,
Oh, shoot.
Sinbad.
Oh, it's you again.
Yes, I just offered your sister information on the location of those ice Pokemon that are stalking you at every turn, that are aligned with Nero. But she is declining my generous offer.
Well, I do want to know, but also I don't think it's going to end so well if I try to take the badge from her.
I'm not saying take it from her. I'm saying convince her.
Yeah, that didn't work so well last time that you talked to me and I tried to convince her of anything.
All I'm saying is you seem to be just running around blind. You're the very definition of a wild card. Why not set that hostility somewhere in a good direction, a productive direction? Because honestly, I don't like them either.
I was figured that they were sent by Karaya. Or what's left of her.
Well, that's all I'll tell. Is if you give me the badge, I'll not only get you off this island, but I'll tell you where they are.
He's just going to say out loud to everyone. She's saying that not only will she get us off, but she'll tell us where the ice meteorite Pokemon are coming from.
And you're willing to trust she'll follow through?
I mean, she's followed through with her plans very well. She has had a 100% success rate against us.
Oh, you'd be a fool to trust me. In fact, I'd actually find it as a mark of respect if you betrayed me somewhere in the future. But, that being said, trust means nothing to me. Results are what matters.
Well, you have to trust the results will happen.
Well, I find greed to be the best motivator for anything.
So you're here because of greed.
Oh, no. I think everyone has a price. Including you, your sister, everyone around you. In this case, it's avoiding the consequences of your actions.
He kind of looks at like the thunder spear and he just says, I'll live with them.
Well, it's your choice then. I'll enjoy watching you four take the fall.
Don't count on it.
She's not there anymore.
She's probably still heard it.
Yeah, All right. Yeah, you're in here with a dragon body and
I didn't think that the freaking lightning bird would actually come into play here, but he totally did. Because Sinbad might have gone for it, but he was like, I was called a coward for running away from my problems, and I can't just do that again. He kind of claps his hands together, and he's like, all right, we gotta move. Because people are coming, so we're gonna have to not make armor. We're gonna have to move quickly. Apparently, Queen is no longer interested in the scales, but she is interested in us, which means that I'm sure that somebody that is an abolition or the Hallowed Flames that also works with her is coming here soon.
Bree just kind of nods.
And what about the body? Do we want to try to immolate it again, or?
We can't. We don't have enough time. We don't have the tools. We don't have the Reshiram juju.
All right, let's go. Do we even want to try to hide it?
That did not work last time. Probably not going to work this time. Either way, they'll find out it's dead one way or another.
All right, let's go.
all right.
All right. I guess we leave in that case.
Where are the scales being held, by the way?
She's got them inside of her bag of holding.
Your bag of
Huh?
inside like your bag of holding, and
Yeah.
and Robin's bag of holding is on you as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Robin's bag has the mirror in it.
Okay.
I don't like that you're asking this.
All right. So you're trekking down the mountain. You're leaving your shame in the middle of the room.
Yes.
Okay. Make an athletics check for everyone to get down the mountain.
All right.
Something tells me that
Abolition is literally on the shores. I'm winning.
7.
Bree is not winning. Mecha Gross, can he save you? Dun dun dun.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Mecha Gross falls off the cliff and explodes.
Okay, so you kind of forget as you're
Aiden succeeds anyways.
Yeah.
Unless, whatever.
as you're walking around the mountain through the planks, and one of them gives way, two of them give way, and Mechagross and Sabrina begin falling down.
Oh boy.
What's your reaction to this?
Probably just immediately go try to grab Sabrina.
Yeah, just physical grabbing.
All right, so I'll have. You're both gonna go for Sabrina.
Yeah, sure. We don't need the robot.
All right,
I have,
so
I have a potential idea with Mecharos going on in my head anyway. I want to actually use. Okay, so it's just started falling.
it's Mechagross and Sabrina falling.
Yeah. I'm going to trust that they're going after Sabrina. I'm going to use Thorn Whip to try to pull Mechagross.
All right, so make an attack roll on Mechagross, and you two do a acrobatics check, or one of you can do it with advantage because it's helping.
You can do it with advantage.
Yeah, that's our best bet. I'll just do 2d20. Nice. We got ourselves a 13.
Nice.
That's definitely hitting. That's getting past its AC.
All right, so you get Mechagross back up. You let out the vine whip and just lasso and pull him up. And Sabrina, I want you to make an acrobatics as well as they grab on for you. As you're threatened to fall down the mountain.
Oh, that one.
You grab Sinbad's hand and you slip right out of the grip and you begin tumbling down the mountain.
She misses
Shiny juice is slimy.
I don't know what you just said, but she's gonna Misty step back up.
All right. Yeah, but you, as that kind of hesitation happened, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're kind of still rolling. So I want you to do a concentration check to see if you can Misty Step.
Okay.
Because you're kind of tumbling down right now. It's hard to
5.
That is a horrible
Oh.
mistake.
You take
She
another 1 bludgeoning damage. You can attempt it again, but you're threatened to fall off the side of the mountain next one.
I'm just
Would I
imagine-
still have to Misty step, or
You can Misty Step and have to make a concentration check to, get it off. Because you're kind of tumbling right now. You're not in...
I don't really have much of another choice, do I?
I feel like she just bit her tongue while trying to say the words.
Yeah.
12.
That's good enough. Just had to be a 10. You get it off as you're kind of tumbling down the mountain. Your head's like hitting rocks. You're maybe bleeding a little bit. You finally...
Reward.
Oh, right. And you kind of just bamf at the top of the platform, and you're okay. And I want everyone to do a perception check as they're probably checking on Bree.
Oh no, the
Perception
glasses are dead.
I
10.
23.
feel like for stuff that's important like this, I'm just not going to roll for Mechagross because it's
Yeah.
probably like a detail.
I don't think Mecha Gross can figure out what this means.
Oh my gosh.
Natural
Holy
0.
All right, Sigurd. As you're kind of looking over Sabrina after that perilous moment, you notice by the beach there appears to be 3 boats.
I knew it.
And they all have the kind of emblem on the sails with your awesome perception check are that of a flame.
A flame. Is it a familiar symbol?
Yes, you saw it all over the Camp Daybreak.
I mean, it's probably on your chest.
And
Yeah.
it's on your chest too, yes.
Okay. A flamer here.
Better them than abolition, honestly.
I mean, we
Suppose.
we killed the dragon. Well, what are we gonna do? We gonna go walk up to them, or are we just going to try to ice boat out of here?
Well, they're on the beach
Yes.
at the moment.
You don't really see, it's too far to actually like make out who's there, but you can maybe see a little bit of movement. There seems to be a good 6 or 7 there.
We could go to the far side of the island and make a wide turn.
No, I
That's-
think that it's best if we just go up to them and tell them what happened.
I mean, at worst, they'll just strand us again, and then we go to our original plan.
Pretty much.
I suppose so.
Unless they
I think
decide to
that's
strip us of
best
everything we
course of
have,
action.
which could be a lot worse. I'm just not looking forward to another confrontation with them. If you know,
Honestly, I'm not either, but like I said, better them than abolition.
Sinbad just kind of says, "Keep your hand on your back."
You don't have to tell me twice.
Because we know that someone likes her distractions.
Also, sorry I didn't just go for you with that pick, Serena. I thought the other two
Oh,
had it.
don't worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know. Your eyeball friends seem to have gotten some black eyes out of that.
Mechagross would take the damage from the Thorn Whip too.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I
Yeah.
need to roll for that. It's a 2d8.
And Bree charges up her ward while she's talking to them.
All right.
Ouch. Okay, well, that's not too bad.
All right, I think we just head on down and face the consequences, guys.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
totally-
consequences of our actions.
I totally forgot too. You wouldn't need to make concentration checks because the ward's getting banged up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but whatever.
Well-
Yeah, I'll remember for next time.
It's not a big deal. No harm, no foul.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just gonna go down and confront them?
Yeah.
Not much else we can do.
Okay. It seems like they're setting up some fortification down there or something.
Oh.
But
Ah,
or just like a little camp. But it's kind of like elaborate, and you can see the like bigger pieces to it. All right. You go down the mountain, and I won't make you do any more checks since you already failed that one. And you eventually go down the mountain, and you kind of have to go around the beach to get to where they are. But you see, there's actually more than you thought there to be when looking from far up. It looks like there's about 20 different Pokemon here, and
Oh.
they're all armed and armored. They are setting up this small camp here. They don't seem to have stealth in mind, and they see you going down the mountain, and they look over and they all point their spears at you and say, "Halt! Who goes there?"
We halt.
Friend, we are acquainted with Brunhilde.
And your own Loki.
That's
Most-
when when you say Brunhilde, from the ship you see the visage of the Charizard Paladin walk out, and she doesn't look amused to see you.
At this point, Aiden's trying to sort of just hide behind Mechagross.
And she's telling them to the soldiers to stand down, and she says, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, we were working with the Expedition Society to get rid of the dragon.
You were working with the Expedition Society. Why
Yeah.
didn't you come with us? I gave
'Cause we
you
want-
that information, and you came here. You gave that information to the Expedition Society and came on your own?
Well, no, not quite. They were already coming here anyway to take care of it. But Brunhilde, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason we didn't go with you is, well, you make things difficult sometimes for us. It's hard to work with what we're doing when you're destroying our property.
Is this about the meteor? What does the meteor have to do with the dragon? Is it still up there?
The dragon? Well,
No, we killed it.
You killed it.
yeah.
On your own?
With a small party, we were able to get in with surprise on our side before it could get into the air.
Then why in tarnation did you not just wait for us? I told you we were going here.
If we came, well, a couple reasons. One, if we marched in with a big army, it would have woken up before we even reached shore. we figured a small strike team would be safer, which is why we asked the Expedition Society just to help us get over here. They provided us a boat, which we'll get to that later. And then we were able to get here and deal with the problem, like we said, with a small force that was able to get in, get out.
I offered you to come with us, and you went behind our backs.
The dragon is dead. Is that not all that matters to you?
We didn't want to wait.
I'm relieved it's taken care of, but I'm not sensing trust here. Who gave you that armor you wear, pointing you to Sigurd? You should know by now that's not regular armor. You took information and gave it to another group. When I told you, I offered you to work with us.
Yeah, we are lacking trust because you destroy things that we deem useful, things that could help the cause of everyone.
Are you saying you want those meteor shards? Is that
Yes.
what you're telling me?
We think that they're just as useful as a spear or any other tool at anyone's disposal. Obviously, they can be used for terrible things, but also they can be used for good things. In that case, for protection, similar to the armor.
Well, if you haven't noticed by now, you probably noticed by now since you're using that arcane magic, that those rituals have been corrupted by it.
Only recently.
Yes, recently it's evolving. This isn't just a rock, it's an infection and it grows. This isn't like a sword. You can use that comparison all you want. But a sword doesn't keep growing and growing and doing unpredictable things.
Well, we can only know for sure when we get there. It's possible that someone's manipulating it. We don't know all the details. But until that I'm certain that I can't control these smaller shards, then I'll keep using them. I will admit, it might be best to destroy the big meteor shard. It might be too much to control or contain.
And that even I would agree with. The big meteor, we should probably do something about that, but the smaller shards seem benign enough.
Well,
Were it not for those little shards, we would not have been able to fell this dragon.
She says to you, the MDRA are after that big shard. And we've got to cut them off. It's an obsession. They're drunk on power, and they want more power and more and more and more. That's all they want.
What evidence do you have of this?
It happened in the past. They're secretive. I know they've been collecting it. They think they're sneaky. We know they're collecting it here. They're hiring adventurers. They're even getting it from the Queen's men.
Oh, are
I
they
could
now?
believe that. The Queen
Yeah.
very much believes anyone has a price.
You've talked to her?
No, she talked to us.
Recently, in fact, and
She has on multiple occasions tried to convince us to work with her to get out of a bind. And we told her we would rather face the truth than face her.
she tried to offer to get us off of the island and cover up the evidence so that no one would know that we did this. But we turned her down.
Well, if that's true, I do respect you for doing that. But one good deed doesn't erase a bad one. That's when she looks to about 5 of the pig knights and she ushers them up the mountain. Go look up there. And you see them kind of march off. Well,
Yeah, I know it's.
I understand you're upset with us, Brunhilde, but... Well, another reason I personally wanted to work with the Expedition Society was because we hadn't at this point. And honestly, I just want everyone to try to work together to get rid of this fire curse. That's what I want. That's what I want more than anything else. So I just wanted to try to get some good rapport with them as well.
I do too, but unfortunately, a lot of us don't see eye to eye in everything. It's not like a storybook where everything's just gonna turn out okay in the end.
Or maybe you're too close-minded to make concessions.
Bree just
Excuse
kind of
me?
face palms when he says that.
Not the most tactful thing to say, Sigurd.
I'm just speaking the truth.
You say we're close-minded. She just kind of shakes her head and says, "Are you guys hungry?"
Not.
Yes, I don't believe we've really eaten much recently.
I was gonna say I ate 5 good berries, and I was like, oh wait, that was like 2 days ago.
You threw those up, remember?
We'll discuss this later. For now, they're confirming what's going on up there. And if abolition comes, we're going to tell them the truth.
Bree just kind of nods.
Sinbad is just shrugs. I don't think we're gonna work with them anytime soon.
Get over here. Rest up.
Alright.
Right. So you're kind of taken to the camp, and you are fed, but kind of a more decent meal. It's more like just trail rations instead of good berries, which is probably a step up.
At least in texture quality.
Yeah. There's a lot of movement around the camp. Those soldiers that went up to the top, they come back later, and they seem to be reporting to Brunhilde. You can't really hear the conversation, but they're kind of off to the side. That you guys are just kind of left alone on the boat.
And then Sinbad's just kind of like, should we give them the mirror?
What good would that do? What good?
They'd
would that
destroy
do?
it, probably. If anyone could do it, they could.
He's got a point.
Possibly.
I mean, we all know it was a curse on this island.
Anti-magic capabilities are quite powerful.
I just want to get back to Calder.
I mean, it's not like we want to have Nero crawl out of it and drag Bree into it.
Nero jump scare. Why did you bring that mirror in the first place?
Well, I mean, there's a library in there. There might be some notes.
Oh yeah, because we want to leave it around for Robin to give to Queen.
You know what? That's a really fair point. We'll alert Brunhilde.
Should we have mentioned,
The scales.
Robin?
Oh, Robin.
They know about the scales by now, I'm sure.
Yes,
would
they
rock
likely
on.
do.
I'd mention that Robin is a member of the Expedition Society.
Well,
And then
technically, I guess maybe.
drop on us.
We'll need to discuss that with Commander Yellow as to her actual affiliation.
Yeah, and then we can have Little Green meet up with Commander Green again.
Why is this my nickname now?
Because you're green.
Oh, come on, leave him alone, Sib.
Also, didn't the commanders, assign Robin to work with us? So clearly, they trusted her before. I mean, I don't know if that means that she was actually working with.
I mean, you can do it. You can gain trust and have another allegiance. Queen is very good at this.
I guess that's right. I guess like that actually kind of applies to us, doesn't it? Considering, we're not exactly working with anyone.
That's probably
That's
why she
correct.
has an interest in us.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably the most interesting group that's set foot here in some time. At least in
Well, that's a
her
bit
eyes.
Well, that's a bit narcissistic.
But we act like her.
Whisper.
We move like her. Now I'm starting to think like her.
What?
What?
What? That trust isn't, isn't warranted here.
No, just how to get trust. How to use friendships as connections to assist someone else for the benefit of yourself, to give yourself more resources. And he like shuffles his deck while he says this.
You're suggesting using people.
Haven't we already been using people?
Very conveniently places a Queen of Hearts card down on the table.
No, if anything, it'd be the wild card.
Oh yeah.
A Joker.
I don't
I'd
exactly
rather
like the
not
comparison.
use people like that.
I don't necessarily like it either, but I'd rather know it than just pretend it's not happening and that it's
also
not
rather not.
piquing her interest.
I'd also rather not discuss doing that sort of thing on the boat of the Hallowed Flames.
No, I don't want to do it either. I'm just making sure that we all know that we're not exactly the good guys we think we are.
And that Aiden kind of froze his brow and. But
Sigurd does the same.
it's a lot harder to figure this stuff out.
Brunhilde walks back over to you four, gives a sigh, and says, "So you're doing this on part of the Expedition Society?
That would be correct.
How much
Well-
money, how much gold treasure is involved? Because that's what is always involved with them."
Well, worth a combined value in simply gold of about 7,000, in which we will get about half. And they want half of the items that we found on the expedition as well.
You don't have to worry about anything. I'm not going to take it from you. It was you slayed the beast. It's rightfully yours, but it's always money when it comes to them.
Fair enough, but at the same time, they use it to buy equipment.
For
And it's
themselves.
very good equipment, too. It's a lot
Also
better than anything we
true.
have access to.
It is, if you work for them. See, we're at kind of odds with them in regards to that. They seem to be more concerned with looting treasure from various structures that were around here than helping folk.
Why not cooperate with them?
And
If they have this incredibly good winter gear, why not
Well,
lay it off?
it is an extremely limited supply.
they did say they wanted to actually potentially just, work with Hallowed Flames when they sent us on this, that if the dragon was dead, then it was good news for them and they could talk with, Hallowed Flames about this.
They're not concerned with working with us right now because we... And she looks up to the mountain, to the fortress, and you see like this big explosion come out of the side of it.
Oh,
Well, we tear down these structures.
Yes, we were informed.
Well, you're gonna go tear down like the whole castle, not just the body.
The whole thing. You see, the reason we do it is, well, so there's no places left for those creatures to hide or bandits to hide. But the Expedition Society wants artifacts and wants them left standing. They want to preserve this place, but there's nothing worth preserving here.
It is history, and there are things worth preserving here. You can't tell me that with full confidence. I know you can't.
No, I don't think so. This place was more or less abandoned before we showed up.
The Ashen Scepter, where did it come from?
It did come from our temples. Yes, we're leaving our temples standing, but those are sacred to us. They have meaning to us.
But that's what I mean. You can't say that nothing has value here if there's something that you value here.
They have no meaning to them. They just want the money from them.
Did these towers
fair enough.
not have meaning to whoever once lived here?
They're long dead, my friend.
Doesn't mean you can just break it down.
Let me present this argument to you. What if there are actual historians out there who are interested in chronicling what once happened here? After all, you know what they say about history. Those who can't learn from it repeat the same mistakes.
I see
And
where you're...
And obviously, the civilization that was here is gone, and it would be a good thing not to repeat the mistakes they made that caused them to, well, be gone.
I see where you're coming from, but drastic measures are needed for what's going on. We have bandits all around the continent. We have this fire curse. We have those strange Pokemon that Loki reported about.
Guys, I just realized I don't think Sinbad ever replaced his bandana because Bree left it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I like how they haven't mentioned that she's, silver now.
Yeah.
They probably figured it out. Anyway.
I'm like, well, speaking of drastic measures, there was definitely some ill magic on this island.
Do you mean the dragon?
No, something I consider to be far worse.
What?
And he kind of motions for Bree to take out the mirror.
Okay, so she opens her bag of holding and just starts dragging out this mirror.
I'm actually curious what Brunhilde will see in the mirror.
You prop up the mirror, and she looks at it. And what is this?
This mirror is, well, it's possible that we've turned it benign, but we're not sure. But it was a gateway to another dimension. One that, as far as we know, contained one of the Hallowed Flame's greatest enemies of old.
She begins, inspecting it and touching it.
So he's gonna put on the ring and stick his hand through.
You try that, and nothing happens.
Oh. Odd.
Wait, what? Aiden stands in front of the mirror and looks at the circlet that was in his reflection before.
Are you still wearing it?
No.
No, it's not there. The Arachilus siblings, do an Arcana check.
Oh boy,
All
don't
right.
fail me now. You're gonna fail me now, aren't you, Parser?
I'm gonna fail you now.
Let's see, Arcana time.
23.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, 14.
Okay, so what you can probably glean from this, Sabrina, is it was maybe less to do with the mirror and maybe its location.
She just kind of sighs and goes,
It wasn't the mirror, it was the location.
Like, if you were to maybe bring the mirror back there and try it, it would work, but...
We'd
Oh.
probably have to take the mirror back to the cabin in order for it to work.
Oh boy, cursed ground. Well, at the very least, you're cleaning this place up anyway. Might as well finish that place off too.
Well, if it means that if the mirror being gone means there's no way for something to get in to pass through, then
Well, it depends on if Brunhilde trusts us on our word or if she's going to want more physical proof.
And she just kind of looks at Brunhilde.
I mean, either way, the cabin is there. Thieves will be able to nestle in it unless they destroy it.
So you're saying if we bring this mirror back there, it goes to another plane, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I say just smash
most
the mirror
likely.
Yeah?
if you're concerned about this place.
All right.
Well, we do want you to know it exists, because this place scares me, and you know that arcane magic and I kind of go hand in hand, but this was something completely different.
Where was this cabin located?
And it was on a cliff. It was on a cliff side. It's very narrow, and he kind of like points out to it.
Sheer cliff. There's no real good way up there.
Alright, I'll send a strike force to check it out.
If you can, it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to bless the land or whatever you do,
And that's our specialty.
so it can't come back.
If there's something wrong with that place, I'll send a flame keeper there to consecrate the land. Well, at the very least, the threat is gone. And in a way, I'm thankfully you're all okay, and you managed to slay it. I have some pretty mixed feelings right now, and I'll pray on the morrow. But
Sabrina smiles a bit and says,
Well, mixed feelings are better than negative feelings in my book.
You know, we probably wouldn't have been here if not for the fact that, the boat situation.
how did you guys get here?
Well, what happened was the Expedition Society gave us a Roro cube, as I believe it was called, and we got here on that. They sent one of their operatives with us, but that particular operative turned out to be a double agent and tried to make off with all of the loot, but we happened to wake up just in time to notice her leaving, thanks to Mecha Gross. But Sib decided it was a good idea to fireball the boat, so we weren't able to leave. Not
You-
easily, anyway.
You really shouldn't be reckless with that magic you have.
Oh, believe me, fireballing the boat would not be the first thing I would have done.
But that's another reason we don't really see eye to eye with the Expedition Society. They're easy to infiltrate. Yes, I know you saw my doppelganger at the base of that mountain, but it wasn't ingrained inside the camp. If they decided to come up impersonating me, they would have been caught in a second.
I
But the ex-
understand that, and believe me, we will be having words with Commander Yellow about this.
The Expedition Society, they just let anyone join them.
Is this a doppelganger?
I don't know. Do you want to do an insight
Sure.
check?
Sure.
Queen seems awfully close.
I think it's just better we maybe be wary of everyone.
18.
All right. So the thought crosses your mind, Sigurd, as you're divulging a lot of this information to her. But you kind of, let me just do a roll here.
Mhm.
Yeah, you once her up and down, and she seems to have like the exact same mannerisms and fluctuations in the voice as the Brunhilde you knew that you talked to inside Camp Daybreak. If this is a doppelganger of any kind, it's doing a really, 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 really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, we can give you a ride back.
Thank you, Brunhilde.
And unless you have anything else to say to her, she's going to go back to cleaning up the island, so to speak.
I mean, Sinbad's probably going to take the mirror out in the middle of the snow.
Shatter it.
Well, I'm not going to waste a spell slot on
not,
it,
not
but
that
I
kind of shatter. I meant
might
just-
ask for Bree's pickaxe and start going to town on it.
One of the sentries like looks over at you and thinks you've gone mad and begins charging at you, but kind of Brunhilde just pats him on the back and turns him around. All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
So confirmed the mirror is dead.
Yes, you smashed it to little itty bitty bits.
Okay.
All right, cool. Now I'm going to use shape water to go and put them all in a snowball and then throw it into the sea.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, you roll up a snowball, you just move it along and just go through all the shards, and then you just move it into the sea where it just kind of turns into slush and pieces are carried off by the ocean.
Man, that's littering.
Yeah.
Listen, we have at least another 20 years of littering ahead of us before it becomes a problem, right?
That's a problem for future me.
That's a problem
exactly.
for future me.
You also notice a large amount of smoke coming from the fortress above. Like this clouds of black smoke.
And they're burning down the cabin.
No, I'm pretty sure that's the body.
Now, that could also be it.
Well, something's burning.
All right, so unless you want anything else to do, you notice they didn't completely destroy it, but there's a bunch of holes through the fortress on the top, and they've reported to you they've taken care of the cabin. They found it, and they consecrated it and just burned it down.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're ready to leave now, unless you have anything else you want to do here before you leave.
Not really.
Sigurd's gonna motion to the bag. Sabrina's bag.
She's gonna look at it and check for the scales.
They're all still there.
Okay.
Just paranoid.
I mean,
After the session, too, I think it's wise to maybe keep a tab on your character sheets of what's in your bags of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we know.
don't
Yeah,
worry.
that's fair.
I don't have a bag of holding. I have no such weakness.
Yeah. All right.
Just my regular bag.
So they set out on the ocean. It's a lot more coordinated than when you guys were rowing. It's a lot steadier, and you guys don't have to row, but you get past the rocking waves of the ocean, and after about a good 5 hours, you eventually get to. Or no, it's 5 hours just setting up and getting there. The boat trip lasted about maybe 1-2.
Hmm.
All right.
And they begin to pack up everything, and they say to you, "So I think this is where we part ways, huh?"
Seems like it.
I suppose so. If you plan on staying in Calder for longer, we might see you again there.
Well, it was destroyed, so I need to stay there for a while longer to make sure that coal is produced.
Mhm.
Alright.
And
Yeah, I think we'll be back in Calder relatively soon.
Yeah, we'll probably just head on back there after we speak with Commander Yellow again.
Mhm.
And I will say, taking on a creature like that is nothing to scoff at. And if you're willing to do more for us, we know where some pretty nasty beasties are. So if you're willing to do that for the Hallowed Flames, we'd appreciate it.
Sigurd visibly grimaces at that.
Well, I don't know if we'd go so far as to kill any more of them. It depends on how much of a threat they are to the general population. But we'll see.
That Salamence was an immediate threat to Calder. That's why we were so eager to even, fight in the first place.
I understand, but just come talk to us, because we have work to be done, and while we're spread pretty thin, it wouldn't hurt to have an extra pair of hands to help.
Alright. And I just want to say, Brunhilde, that even if we don't see eye to eye on some things, I would much rather be an ally with you than an enemy.
I do too. Just keep your eyes on the light. It only takes a second to look into the darkness and you could become lost in it.
I understand.
And with that, the little regiment of the Hallowed Flames go off. It's pretty late into the night right now. With all the burning and destruction and
Boat ride.
yeah. You know you're close to that fortress that the dragon originally was before it moved to the island.
Alright.
Let's
Do you
go
guys
south.
just what time did you say it was?
It's pretty late into the night. It's like late evening right now.
Alright. You guys want to try to hole up there?
Yeah, let's set up camp at the fortress. We can make it to the Expedition Society in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Still have to figure out how to explain Robin disappearing.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, you hunker down there for the night, and are you doing watches?
Yeah.
Always.
All right.
I guess Sigurd will start.
Watch Bree the most. See if anything comes creeping out of her bag.
All right, that's
Good lord.
another hut going up then.
You guys want the hut, huh? Alright.
Right, do we want the hut?
You?
The poison vulnerability has gone away.
Yeah.
It's way past 24 hours.
Time to tempt fate another time.
1. No. Okay.
2.
yeah. You set up with the tiny hut with the unknowns that orbit around and create your bubble that you can hunker down for the night.
If you couldn't tell, chat, Crow really likes his wild magic table.
Yeah.
I may or may not be trying to tempt fate. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
True.
Uh,
Day would've been nice.
everyone roll, since you're back on the continent proper now, why don't you all roll? You did travel in kind of a big regiment, and they're kind of still around, so let's just make it D12s.
Oh, yeah.
5.
D12s, huh?
Yeah. You're pretty safe, so yeah.
5, 11,
Okay.
4, 3.
All right, yeah, you're all good. You hunker down for the night, and you wake up in the morning with a new day and a new weather check.
Right.
Re-prep all my stuff.
What do we get? Yeah, you're all good. It's only 19.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's still pretty cold, but with all your gear, you're pretty good. All right. You're at the fortress. I have the map on the. I don't think the audience really needs to see the map, but you're at the fortress. Where do you want to go, and how fast do you want to travel?
Regular speed to the Expedition Society. Sound good to you guys?
Yeah, man.
That's 8
Sounds
hours
good
of
to
travel
me.
then, because it's
Yeah,
4-4.
yeah. So you'll make it there by afternoon. So roll d8s because you're going at a normal pace.
Hooray!
Slash roll date.
7,
Date.
4,
Oh my
6,
Yo!
1.
You did this, Ice.
I was waiting because
You said I wanted to tempt fate.
I did. I regret nothing.
Okay. So you trudge through the snow. It's kind of welcoming that you're back to the ice continent again. It's kind of familiar territory, even though it's
Not
a
being
big
stuck in
winter
the
wasteland. It's not an island in the middle of the ocean. But as you're trudging along, I want everyone to do a perception check.
It came to pass that we found out that Aiden was a doppelganger this whole time, and it was actually Robin.
Okay, perception.
Nice.
6, 7, 8,
4.
4. Wonderful.
Don't you
Well, you got a 10.
I had a 10.
Oh, this is
5.
okay. Yeah.
Kind of
All right.
That Ghost could help with or not.
Listen, wisdom is not needed.
So you're walking by this small hill mountain, this rocky mountain, and you hear a bit of a rumble. And as you look around, who got the lowest?
Ice.
8.
Aiden.
As you are walking along, you out from the side of the mountain, there's just this wham, and out from it charges a great big tusked
Ah.
elephant like Pokemon, except it looks kind of like a pig. It's large and
back.
woolly,
He's back.
and we're going to roll initiative.
Last time we found this fella
And-
was over by the lake in Spellbook Cave Book.
Aiden, you are going to take some damage here. Let's
You were getting elephanted.
Oh, there's my good roll.
17.
Let me just
A little
switch.
glass treer.
No.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
All right, so I guess you guys are up by the hill. Boo 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 doo boo doo boo doo.
Dun, 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 dun,
And
I don't need to mark this actually.
why is Mecha Gross duplicating? There he is. The mammal swine return.
Aiden, you are going to take Gordia. So you're going to take 8, 12,
Oh.
20. Oh my god. 28?
Jeez.
Oh no, 35. 35, sorry.
Holy.
Projecting the ward.
All right. 35 Vitus, so you only take 20.
Okay.
Wait, this is a surprise, so no, you can't do that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
35. All right. As it comes out the side of the mountain and just gores you, and I need you to do a strength saving throw.
Oh. Jeez.
You asked for this, Ice.
I did ask for this. Yes. 7.
That is a fail. You are knocked prone, and because you failed that, it gets a stomp with advantage. That's a cocked die. That's a.
And that's how Gunther became a lone person with no family.
Funny enough, I don't think this is gonna hit you. Oh my god, it may hit you. Okay, what's your AC?
16.
It got 15. Okay, so it tries to stomp on you, but you managed to roll out of the way after being winded. Okay, now we can do proper initiative for this guy. Dex, okay, that's not very good. Well, that's pretty good, actually. So, where are you? You're all faster than except Sabrina. Okay, Aiden, after being winded by this thing, you are prone on the ground. It is stomping all over you. What do you want to do? Mechagross is probably here, too.
Why is he over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first things first, stand up, disengage, back up.
All right. You could move 15 feet.
Yep, there. And that's my disengage, so that's my action, so... There.
Man, you didn't want to flank this guy? Disappointing.
I'm sorry, I'm hurt. You wanted to run that one by me again. At this point, my other options are really bonus actions. Actually, no. It's too late. I can't really fix that. Doesn't matter. I already committed to it, so everything else is really good for a bonus action. Yeah, and you can't take cover because that's another action, so I've moved. I'm going to use my bonus action to order Mechagross to try to distract it.
Okay. And mechanically? What does that
So
mean?
mechanically, I am using... I guess just it being there is going to use dodge.
Okay. Are you getting it 5 feet of it, or...
Within 5 feet, yes.
All right, so it'd probably be there. All right. Then we will move to the next round, which is...
All right.
Sigurd.
Sigurd. Show everyone what that flanking's all about.
Yeah, so I'm gonna activate Giant Smite. Bum, bum, bum. First of all, I'm gonna try and grab this guy.
All right. Makes a contested grapple.
Yes.
He is a pretty strong boy. Oh my god, I got a 20.
No. Well, he might beat it. 24.
Yep, okay, you got him.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was an unnatural 20. Okay.
Yeah. We got 20 altogether, yeah.
All right. So he's grabbed. Sigurd is going. I believe you just need your movement to drag someone, right? And you move at half speed.
You move at half speed. Yeah, he's the same size as you, so it'd be half speed.
Yeah, so he's gonna drag it right here.
Whoop.
And now he's being flanked.
And now he is flanked.
So I'm gonna punch him.
All right, do that with advantage.
All right. That will be a 23.
A 23 hits.
All right. Should not do roll thing. 11 damage.
All right, you punch him right in the snout, and he kind of recoils in pain.
All right. All right, and that's my turn.
All right, we go next in round, which is Sinbad.
So I'm gonna have to disengage this thing?
If you want.
Ah, man. Well, I don't feel like it, so I'm just going to magic missile this dude.
Okay, pew pew pew.
Alright, and that'll be all 3 missiles going into him.
right.
Doesn't your little flight thing not provoke attacks of opportunity?
That's right.
Oh.
Oh.
So I did 11 damage, which allows me to fly over here. And then I'm going to move over here. And, yeah.
So with
Nice.
an acrobatic somersault, you let the 3 darts fly, and you kind of swish there, kind of Last Airbender style, over here. All right, we're gonna go to its turn, and it's currently. I'm gonna roll a d4 and re-roll if I get a 4. I got a 2, so it's gonna go after Sabrina.
Oh.
Wait, there's
Oh,
3
boy.
of them now?
So it's going to attack you with its gore. That's a 19 to hit.
Well, I can't use a shield because I have a ward, so
Does it work like that?
well, I mean, shield says you do it when you get hit by an attack.
I'll say you can do it. I don't care what a technicality. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Okay, shield.
Shield, so it
AC
misses you.
20. Yeah.
Okay.
AC 20.
It goes to like ram you with its tusk, but it just the unknowns fly out and create this barrier that just kind of tings off of.
Yeah, and there are like several more than usual
Yeah.
because it's the actual spell.
Okay, excellent. It is grappled right now, so it can't really do anything. So we're gonna go back to the top of the round with Aiden.
Hey, what about
Okay.
Bree's turn?
Oh, Sabrina, sorry.
What about
You're
Bree's turn?
you're so far to the right. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Disengage, go up here. That's her turn.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now we'll go to Aiden.
All right. Figure out the best way to handle this because this is actually kind of awkward. When it comes to flanking, technically I can stand. It's just a straight line across.
Yeah, you could stand
So-
right there, or here.
Oh, okay, either or.
Yeah.
Either way, it's flanked, so because
Well,
me
the
and-
problem is I have to be on the opposite end of.
No,
one of those flanks.
it's in the flanked kind of condition right now.
Oh, okay.
So melee attacks have advantage.
All melee. I
Yeah.
see. We need to start doing some fun, don't we?
Yeah.
And that's how flanking works. Dun, dun, dun.
Yay!
Yeah. Had to demo it this episode.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I have an option here that I can work with, so I'm gonna actually take that instead. In which case, having just disengaged and now seeing that both Sigurd and Negros are on this thing, Aiden is going to firstly cast. Wait, no, he's not. No, never mind that. He's just gonna move up next to Mechagros here, and he's gonna take 2 swings using his short swords.
All right, make 2 attack rolls.
And these are all at advantage. So it's 2d20. Then add a 6 mod to this. That is. Oh, I don't think that's for hitting. That first one was a 12.
A 12 does not hit.
All right. And then for the second swing,
Your sword
2d20 again.
bounces off its hide.
So
Oh.
close.
Oh,
A 19 will hit
That
as
is a
you
19. Yep.
find purchase as you stab it, and you feel it's more effective than usual with your newfound abilities.
Yep. Here begins all the fun stuff. Because this also would get sneak attack.
Yeah.
how many dice?
Let's
Does
see.
Ian roll?
2d6.
Yeah, actually.
It's not 2d6 because it's only rogue level 1, so that.
Well, plus the d6 for the short sword.
Oh, right. That's very true. Thank you for reminding me. So, yeah, 2d6 plus dex plus proficiency, so that's 2d6 plus 6. For a grand total of 15 damage.
All right. So you lay in a hearty blow in its back, and just you see the kind of the scrape on its back from your short sword. It seems to like have a lot of fat on it, and it kind of insulates the blow, but you definitely heard it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will, unless you want to do something, we will go to Sigurd.
Okay. Well, first of all, he takes a D, I believe, at the start of my turn. Yeah. They take a D4 damage. Because I'm holding. They take 1 damage because I'm grabbing them.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and punch him twice.
All right, do 2 with advantage.
That's a 21.
21 hits.
$14 damage.
4.
And then a more than 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
3.
What did you do today? I punched a mammoth.
I punched, 5 more damage.
And 5. So you're just holding him by the tusks and just laying in these wails on his face, just blackening his eye.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to do?
Wait, what do I have for bonus actions? Sorry. No.
All right, Sinbad.
All right. I think I'm just gonna do this simple T-jolt. We don't have to go bonkers crazy today
All right.
yet. All right. Plus the spell modifier. 15.
That's a hit.
Yo.
I'm like, surprising actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a mammoth. It can't have that much armor.
10 lightning damage. 10 lightning
Well,
damage.
a mammoth swine, but you know.
All right, you
It's
cut.
ground type.
You shock it, and if we were in any other world, this wouldn't do anything. But it kind of zaps it as it's using your newfound powers that are just more powerful than the regular lightning bolt, and it kind of shudders in pain as this electricity hits it. Are you gonna move any?
I don't think I need to.
All
Actually,
right.
no. I'm gonna move over here.
Okay. Once again, I'll leave this to fate. I'll roll a d4 and re-roll 4, but 1 is Mechagross, 2 is Aiden, 3 is Sigurd. It's a 3. Sigurd is going to try and attack you.
All right.
And Mechagross is deflecting this attack, so it's at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, a 15 won't hit you, so...
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, and it can't move, so that's its turn. Sabrina.
She's going to continue up to here, and then she's going to ready her action to cast Firebolt at it, and then she's going to say to Sigurd,
Sigurd, you maybe want to try talking to it? We don't have anyone here that's going to kill it right now, so maybe try to talk it down?
Oh yeah.
All
and
right.
she's specifically holding her Firebolt for if it does not stop attacking, then she will attack it.
All right. And you guys all heard this, too. Aiden.
Oh dear, I guess we're doing this now. Mechagross is gonna. I'm gonna order Mechagross to take the dodge action again. I'm going to spend my turn drinking a healing potion.
Just a regular one?
Just a regular one. I don't have anything better than that.
10 HP.
Hooray.
Sigurd.
Yeah, you know what? He's gonna take that advice, and yeah, he's gonna go ahead and cast comprehend language or speak with animals. Not the other one.
All right. What are you going to say?
He's just gonna cut like as he's casting this spell, he looks the mammoth swine dead in the eyes, and goes, "Leave now. We won't do anything more."
It says to you, "You went on my territory. You try to kill me.
We'll leave your territory if you let us go.
You come back.
We have no reason."
Do a persuasion roll.
Persuasion.
Oliver is like, you tried to kill me, even though he clearly tried to do killing first.
It's not an intelligent animal.
Um, 3.
Oh!
Yeah.
You still try to kill me!
I'd say animal handling, but doesn't matter because that would only be a 4.
Well, it's different. I don't know. It's because you're talking to it, and
Fair.
yeah, I don't know.
If
I guess you could
actually-
do either or, but
Actually, would you let me do animal handling?
sure.
Cool, I have
It-
advantage on that.
Okay, so do another one. Yeah, that's fair.
No.
Yeah, it seems to be in still in a rage over you. Sir, maybe if you talk it down next turn, but it seems ready to attack.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's, I think, Sigurd's turn.
Does that
Still holding on to it.
All right.
Actually, well, I guess he'll tighten the grip, which is, I guess, the D4 damage.
Oh, I'll say that was your free action to have that conversation. You could do anything else if you
Oh,
wish.
well, I used my standard action to speak to him.
Oh, right.
Or to cast or speak with animals. But he takes
Okay.
a 2 additional bludgeoning damage as he kind of, like, I guess, kind of holds him
Wrestling.
in place a little harder. Yeah.
4?
What?
You said 4 damage?
2.
2.
Yeah,
So
my bad.
60. Excellent.
Ah.
All right.
see.
Is your readied action going to go off, Sabrina?
Yes.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Fire!
25.
That's a hit.
No crit.
Almost a crit. Nice.
5 fire damage. Yay.
5 fire damage.
Yay.
Yay, hooray.
Well, that gets rid of the wonderful 69. But... All right. But we will go on to Sinbad now.
Alright, it's the same thing. 16.
16 is a hit.
Lightning. 14. That's how you do it, Bree.
88. All right. You're moving any?
No.
All right. It's going to... I guess you kind of got its attention, Sigurd, so it's probably going to focus on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. 16 to hit. That is a miss. And is
No.
Metagross doing his thing? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It is fighting a losing battle.
Its default would be to just deflect since it's always the free reaction it's got.
All right, Sabrina, it's your turn.
Alright. More fire.
Fire, fire,
Ah.
fire.
Oh well.
What'd you get?
7.
Yeah, that's not going to hit.
Yeah.
Your sails
It
past
was-
it.
Natural 1.
All right. Aiden, we go back to you.
All right. Well, seeing as the plan hasn't worked and everyone's going back to swinging now, yep, we're just gonna resume trying to knock this thing out now.
All right.
So,
You see, the big conundrum with this, too, is, like, do you take the sneak attack for the first attack? And then what if the next attack
yeah,
crits?
exactly.
Yeah.
Just when it's all at advantage.
Well, at least there's an advantage.
20. We're an 8. So that's a dirty 20.
Yep, that works.
Hitting for. Wait, no. 2d6 is only the sneak attack. Excuse me. And that slash hits for 11.
11. 99.
Nice.
You get your second attack. Did you use your sneak attack with that?
I did not use sneak attack on that one. No.
Oh, okay. You want to...
2d20. Oh my gosh.
That hits, but
That-
no
yeah.
crit. And I'm guessing you're using sneak attack for this one.
Yeah, this one's where the sneak attack comes in.
Okay.
6. 13 damage. Ouch, that second one. Yeah,
It is bloodied.
All right. And lastly, I'm gonna just have Mechagross is going to take a swing at it as well.
All right. So many attacks.
Yep,
Attack! Attack! Attack!
I'm built for this.
True.
Good. Good.
That is
Natural one.
plus 2d20. So, that's a.
It hits.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
it
21.
It's like you rolled a nat 15.
Hitting 4, 8 plus TP. 6 damage.
6 damage. That will do 18.
Nice. That's everything I can do.
All right. It's wavering, Sigurd. What do you want to do?
You're fighting a losing battle. Let us pass. I won't have to knock you out.
Don't knock you down. I'd say do this with advantage, but apparently you get it anyway.
Yeah.
Super advantage.
Yeah. 12.
Seeing as this thing is on the cusp of being knocked down, it's trying to get away.
Okay.
No, okay.
He just kind of like, not really toss. Yeah, he just kind of yanks the tusk. Like, I guess yeah, he can drag it, so he'll probably like just kind of yank it over here
Okay.
by the tusk.
All right. Are you letting it go?
Yeah.
All right. Sinbad, it's your turn. You just witness Sigurd let it go and seemingly dropping his stance after making a series of grunts at it.
Yeah, he'll let it go.
Okay. On its turn, it's going to run back into the hole it created in the mountain. Will you take opportunity attacks on it?
No.
No.
Okay. Excellent. We're out of initiative as you watch it flee away. Aiden's looking pretty battered.
Yeah, he's definitely bloody right now, given, the fact he got cored.
Yeah.
Just lucky, missed vital organs.
You wanna eat 5 good berries?
I saw you do that earlier. Let's not try that.
Maybe you want to ride on Mechagross the rest of the way to Calder, or the Expedition Society. Or, well, I guess with what just happened to you, maybe all the way to Calder anyway.
Yeah.
He's gonna hop up on Mechagross, and while they're on their way back, he at least uses Cure Wounds on himself once.
Okay.
Frigid is sort of just like he's looking over the spell where he's been gored and reaches into his bag and tries to see if he has any cloth left over, at least to sort of staunch the wound.
Yeah. Perfect. So, yeah, Aiden's kind of patching himself up as Metagross does the legwork.
Yeah.
And you eventually see the Expedition Society off in the distance.
Almost
7 health
there.
first.
All right.
How much I get?
Well,
Eight
that
health
could have
is
gone
eight
a
health.
lot worse.
You revived the 3 towers with the one in the middle, eventually.
So how are we splitting the loot, anyways? Actually, I think.
Oh,
I
thanks
can't-
for reminding me.
She
No.
takes off the cloak of whatever it's called, the cape of the mount back, and she puts it into her bag of holding.
Sinbad puts on the blue cloak to cover his mark and gives Sabrina a not happy look.
She just kind of smiles a little bit, guilty smile, and she's like, "Sorry."
Do you not have any extras?
What happened to the headband, anyways?
Oh, I took it off to show it to the simulacrum, but it didn't recognize the symbol.
Huh.
And then I just kind of dropped it on the ground so that Sib wouldn't bleed out.
Actually, on the journal, were there any sort of symbols?
No, there weren't. It looks like a journal, like it has that kind of tie on it, but it doesn't really have any symbols. It's a kind of blank brown book.
Okay. We should have searched the tower to see if there were any matching symbols. But I guess if the simulacrum didn't recognize it, I doubt there was any in there.
Probably should have, but it's a little late for that.
I suppose so.
Okay, and I think we're gonna go inside now, unless anyone else has any objections.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah.
All right. You're just walking up and gonna knock on the door, or are you just gonna walk in?
Probably gonna knock on the door.
Gonna go knock on the door. Ka-chung, ka-chung, ka-chung.
Through a little
Lisa.
through a little eye slit hole, you see these black eyes and a red face look at you. He says, who are you?
We're working for Commander Yellow right now. We completed an assignment that he gave us, and we've come to give him his cut of the loot.
Oh, you're back. And this what you can see as a Flareon opens the door.
Oh.
Come in. It must be cold out. It's a pretty chilly day out.
Oh, believe me, we felt worse. Thank you.
Oh, what
And
happened?
she walks in.
What happened to you, kid? He's looking at you, Aiden.
We got jumped on the way there, and
Oh,
rented
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell anyone, but sometimes I think the Hallowed flames are... Never mind. Let's just...
Go on.
Let's just say those things are kind of a nuisance. I mean, don't tell anyone, but no one has a problem killing them in mystery dungeons, but suddenly when they're out here, everyone's... I don't get it. But I'm not paid to get it.
Well, fair enough. Honestly, I think it's wise to just kind of stay out of the whole situation if you can.
Yeah. That's what I do. I just watch the door with several other Pokemon and let them in, and they pay me.
Nice and safe job.
Yeah.
Probably wise.
Very wise. I don't have to involve myself with the queens or hallowed flames, or I occasionally start a fire once in a while too, because it's kind of limited. You know what I mean. Looking at you at Sinbad and Serena.
Yeah.
Gotta do my part. But you're here to see Commander Yellow, and yeah, he told me about you four. But he said there should be 5.
Yeah, there's a story about that one.
Oh no, did someone die?
No. We almost got stranded, though.
I mean, we got close to death.
Well, okay, yeah, I suppose that's true.
It's a story for the commander.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's need to know basis. I'm just a lackey who watches the door. You don't need to tell me anything. I'm just supposed to let you in and turn you away if you're bad news. But you guys don't look like bad news. You look like good news, and I'll go get the commander. Just sit right here for a moment.
All right.
Is there any last things you want to talk about before you go in there?
What happened to Lisa?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
Yeah.
this Flareon, this talkative Flareon comes back. He's like, okay, the commander's ready to see you. I wish I could be a Beedrill on the wall, I guess. Because he sounds like he did something really exciting there, and I'd really want to hear the story. Maybe you can regale me with the story if you plan on staying here for the night.
If we got enough time, sure.
Sure. And the name's Jameson, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sabrina. My name's Sabrina.
Can you tell that I'm not a very social person under normal circumstances?
I'll lead you right there. All right. And he guides you up the stairs and brings you into the room where Commander Yellow is. And you see Commander Green and Commander Red at his side. I didn't mention this before, Aiden, but they look roughly about your age. Mm-hmm. You hear Commander Green say, "Indeed, they're finally back. What news do you bring to us, friends?"
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Well, I find good and bad is a matter of perspective, but the good news.
All right. The good news is we found 7,000 gold, so that's 3,500 for you guys.
And as he says this, Bree hands over Robin's bag of holding, which has all of that in it.
And planks.
Oh yeah,
the
and
planks.
There's planks in there.
And I guess the items that we didn't choose are also in there. So the night vision goggles and the I forget what the other one is.
The grabby gloves.
Oh yeah, the gloves of thievery.
Right.
Okay. And he says to you,
Oh, wait. Can we discuss actually between the items and like an extra cut of the money?
hold on a sec, but where's Robin? I believe she was required to,
yes.
verify
Well,
what you...
Let's finish the good news first, because you said good and bad news is a matter of perspective, and her not being here is definitely part of the bad perspective. Because more good news, we killed the dragon.
Good job. Then Calder won't be threatened anymore, I guess. I would have liked to mend bridges with abolition, but it needed to be done if it needed to be done.
Yeah,
I think for
well,
the safety of Calder and pretty much any settlement around here, it was better to get rid of it.
Yeah, and it opens the door for the Hallowed Flames. They came and saw our work afterwards, and now let's go to the bad news. Bad news. Robin was was one of the Queen's men.
Exactly. Do you have any proof of this?
Well, we didn't come back with the Roro cube because when she tried to get away on it, Sinbad decided it was a good idea to fireball it. That's pretty much the best we've got as far as proof goes. Well, there was another item. It was a cape of some sort.
How did you describe it, Crow? A white one?
Yeah, it was a white glittering cape with an emblem of Havergal, the Ice Kingdom, on it.
It was a white glittering cape with the symbol of Havergal on it. She took that, mostly because she was wearing it when she disappeared.
Well, this puts us in a very precarious spot. I'm not able to verify what you got, but at the same time, one of the members I sent you with was apparently a spy.
Yes, we are very aware that we are not in the best situation with so little proof, but hopefully you can take it as a vote. You see that we've given you your cut. If we were trying to get away with something, we probably could have just as easily run away with all of it.
Yes, she does have a point. Do a persuasion roll.
Okay.
The one talking.
Jeez.
You fool.
14.
Oh.
He kind of mulls over. Commander Yellow kind of turns around and, stroking his chin, mulling over it. These items, you can give me your utmost honesty and trust, friends. This was the only things you found?
Well,
She sighs and she takes out the cape of the mountebank and she says,
we also found this, but it wasn't really part of the expeditions, so to speak. We also found a cabin there, kind of led to a pocket dimension. We ran into a simulacrum of an ancient evil that we may or may not be related to, and Sinbad confronted the source of his sorceress powers, and yeah, we found this too.
It sounds like you went through quite the boss fight.
Oh yes, it was an ordeal.
Well, with that being said, I can take your word and say what you've given us is, and it is a hefty sum, was indeed half. So you're free to take those items you've brought out.
Thank you, Commander Yellow.
It's no problem, my friends. And I believe the little green one had a question too.
Oh no, the nickname is spread it. Actually, I was curious about potentially exchanging if we can.
He looks over towards Sabrina and the rest of the group.
Well, maybe since a lot of the cut is gold, I'm curious about maybe exchanging some of the gold for one of the items.
Which one?
I was actually looking at those gloves.
Just a second. Just have to find the price of them.
$3,500.
I like the idea that he can just immediately appraise any item.
Yeah.
well, to be fair, Commander Yellow's probably seen plenty of magic items.
That is actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did you see his side quest at the end of the game?
No.
This man knows everything.
He knows one spell. It's identify, and he can cast it.
So he looks over the gloves and he says, if you want these, I'll let you have them back for 400 gold.
Oh.
He looks at the group again.
Can I?
Well, you've certainly got that much as part of your cut.
It's your share of the share that remains part of our share.
And then, yeah, I'll just.
Emotions for Sabrina to maybe hand over the 400 that would have been from his cut. Well, since
She
he's
just kind of
going
looks
big
at
now.
him for. She looks at him for a minute. She goes,
Oh, right.
and then she opens her bag of holding and fishes out the 400 gold and purchases back
Alright.
the gloves of thievery.
Actually,
You're-
do we give the gold crowbar to them, or are we?
I'll leave that up to you. There's
Let
more.
me-
There's more nuances to this because there was gems in it too, and I'll tell you how many gems you got to
Oh,
keep as well.
right.
But you letting him keep the bag of holding as well?
I mean, it was Robin's.
Well,
They
yeah,
probably
was
gave it to her.
Robin. Yeah, he probably gave it to Robin. So yes, we will give him the bag of holding back, as it is likely his property.
I didn't give Robin this.
Oh,
Uh,
so
Well,
you're willing to let us have it?
I mean, if you want it, you can still have it. I mean,
I think it's best we leave it with them.
I
yeah.
mean, You gave it to us, but it doesn't belong to me at the same time.
Well, if Robin comes back,
I'm
you
looking.
could keep it for her, or you could use it for yourself. We already have one.
Bree holds her paw out.
We'll take it.
I believe as a consolation for the betrayal of Robin, we will let you have it. I just don't understand. She was a loyal member with us for months. I just can't see her betraying us.
This is where Sinbad kind of gets cynical and says, "Well, trust is a formula of both time and favors."
And Bree says,
The Queen has been rather invasive and invaded my mind, and in her words, everyone has a price. So I guess she just found Robin's price.
She offered to get us out of here to not have to talk to the Hallowed Flames. That was probably when Robin left with her. Since she was already picking up Robin, she made us the same offer.
We turned it down, obviously.
Yes, indeed, she is rotten to the core. We've been having trouble with the Expedition Society as we've been the primary marks of the Queen. Many of our members are volunteers and a lot are inexperienced in which they go after. And though our main concern is the fire curse, I feel like something needs to be done eventually about her. But at every opportunity, she slips between our grasp.
I couldn't agree more, honestly. I think that our first and foremost, we should take care of this fire curse, as if it proceeds and spreads across the entire planet, obviously that's not good for anyone. But once that's taken care of, perhaps the matter of the Queen can be looked into further.
Well, she might be expediting our hand. She's been trying to stop everyone from making further progress.
Yes.
She's stolen from the MDRA and she's stolen from the Hallowed Flames, both on an attempt to get farther into the continent, which probably means that's where she is.
Problem is, it's hard to trust others sometimes because of this, but we try to trust each other as much as possible here in the Expedition Society.
Well,
I understand. I wish I could feel that way, but I understand.
I would honestly suggest trying to form some sort of partnership with the Hallowed Flames. I mean, many of them have ways to detect lies, so you could, if you were working with them, you could have them screen potential new recruits.
That...
I know it's easier said than done. I know that you and the Hallowed Flames don't really see eye to eye on a lot. I know they're destroying places that you're trying to loot. But maybe somehow there's some way that the two of you could compromise. Maybe in exchange for assisting them with reaching these locations, you can loot the place and take any artifacts that you'd want, and then when you're done, they can just do what they intended and raise the place.
That's not a bad idea. Perhaps I'll try to reach out to that one in Calder right now.
Yes.
Or at some point in the future. But, you four... You seem to carry out this job very effectively. Have you ever considered maybe working for us?
We talking permanently or like another commission?
Well, a lot of our members are volunteers, and it'd be no different for you. It works pretty much what you just did with that dragon. We give you locations, you excavate them, and we take a cut. You get better gear.
Pretty much
I
everyone
would-
has been asking jobs of us.
Yeah, we more or less are working for everyone but Abolition and the Queen, at least to some capacity. We've done work for the Hallowed Flames. We work with the MDRA, even though the Hallowed Flames really don't like that. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to show as many factions as I can that we want to work with them to end this fire curse. That's what I'm most concerned about. And maybe somehow seeing that we're able to work with all of them, they'll be able to see that it's possible to work with each other. At least for long enough to take care of the fire curse.
Yeah. I completely understand where you're coming from, Sabrina. By the way, you look different.
Oh yes, a bit of a surge in the Enigma energy when I was casting a ritual, and yeah, I've got a new fur coat. I
Yeah.
gotta say, I'm very fond of it.
Yeah, that's been happening all around the continent lately. It just recently cropped up. I've heard it happened to the Hallowed Flames, and I think they tried to perform a ritual and someone turned into a potted plant for a few hours. But don't worry, it wore off. It wore off. It's just inconvenient at most.
That sounds.
More than an inconvenience.
We don't really worry about such things. We don't really have many members who perform those rituals. But, nonetheless, I see where you're coming from, and I hope that we could all work together too. It's just, there's conflicting interests when one faction shows up at one place, and that might happen if you're working with us. I'm not going to lie to you.
I understand.
It happens all the time, no matter what. But we're gonna continue to be the third party that hopefully can pull together the factions that couldn't do it on their own.
Or at least as many of them as we can.
Yeah, Abolition doesn't seem particularly willing to work with us.
And getting the Hallowed Flame and the MDRA to cooperate is going to be a rather monumental task, but
I think
Who
it's also
knows?
fair to say that Abolition and Hallowed Flames just won't ever work together.
well,
In
yes, that's a
short,
foregone conclusion.
For the moment, I think it's best if we stay a third party. If you ever require our assistance, we may be able to help in some way. But
Yeah.
for now, I think it's best if we decline your offer.
I understand. It's unfortunate, but I understand. I can allow you four to stay the night free of charge for what you've done, and I'll work on maybe vetting some of our volunteers to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Would be greatly appreciated. At least the first part.
So I think I'm going to let you guys rest here for the night, and I'm going to fast travel you to Calder if you so wish, because you're gonna have
I'm just. All I'm gonna say is that during that rest, Sabrina is in fact going to find Jameson and tell him of what happened.
Oh, that's really neat. And so he gave you blessing, and he wasn't mad at you for their being a traitor, and that's wonderful. Are you going to become a full-fledged mentor? I want to see you some more, Sabrina. You're really interesting. Maybe you'll have some better stories when you come back with better stories.
Oh, well, thank you. I will definitely stop by and see you next time I'm here and let you know of all the things that have gone on.
Yeah, I'm just a pleasant doorman. I don't really do anything exciting. I mean, I opened the door and some wind got in once, and there was snow, and I had to sweep it up, and I got it up. I swept it up, and I melted it, and it caused a little puddle, and I had to sweep it outside. But then it froze, and then the door was stuck, and then we had to unmelt it again. It was way more exciting than it sounds.
She just kind of is smiling and nodding.
All right. So you spend your a few good time regaling Jameson with the wonderful adventure you had, and like I said, I'm gonna fast travel you to Calder just so we can go on to the next adventure and we're not traveling next session. And it's still being repaired, but it looks like it's in better shape than last time. It's still kind of rough for wear, but it's still not 100%. Did you want to do anything here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have time to do those things?
What things do you want to do? Then I'll decide
for
if we.
one, I think we need to go talk to Estelle, don't we?
Yeah.
Gotta talk to Estelle, gotta talk to Gunther.
Yeah.
I'll
Curious if we.
I'll allow one of those, and then we'll do next session.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
like, we'll do
let's go to-
Estelle, because that has bookkeeping afterwards that we'd have to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Real quick before Estelle, Sarah's gonna point out. Do you think we should even deliver
you
these
mean?
scales to her? I mean, I guess
Scale.
we did take her job, so we might as well fulfill it.
Yes, we'll give her, yeah. The main reason is so that we can get deeper into the ice continent, remember? The reason she wanted
I
this
suppose
scale was
so.
to develop technology, well, magical technology, to protect us against the cold.
Well, yes.
We might need to give her 4, one for each person. I don't know how they're gonna do stuff.
I mean, potentially the other option is, Gunther might be able to make us something.
I'll,
all the extra.
how about this? I'll offer her 1, and if she accepts that, then we have 50 to work with later.
Yeah.
It took 50 scales?
Oh yeah, I got 51 of them.
That's. He kind of like visibly shudders at that.
I did mention it, so
I like to think he's like rubbing his arms that are covered in scales.
Yeah. That's why it took so.
Yeah,
I mean,
I may do a little bit of reading on medical practices in my spare time, and just consider it an autopsy, maybe.
That's a bit-
Cause of death: 1 bullet from small fox. Cause of autopsy: 1 knife from small fox.
That's extremely morbid.
Yes, I know, but it'll benefit us in the long run. You'll see, hopefully, maybe. Let's go see Estelle.
All right. You go down the avenues of Calder until you find the familiar dwelling with the Gullark shield guard construct. Damn it! at the front of it.
Oh, okay, that makes. Oh. Okay.
Knock on that door.
All right.
Knock on the door.
So as you knock, in Estelle fashion, the door creaks open a little bit, and she eyes you, and then she doesn't say a word. She just kind of waves you in without saying anything.
Okay, we enter. Well, Sabrina enters.
Yeah, we're going in.
You're back.
We summoned an unseen servant from the other side and knocked from there.
I'm gonna go buy a new bandana.
Anyways.
She says to
Hi,
you,
Estelle.
"You're back. How did it go? What'd you do?"
Well,
She reaches into her bag and takes out one of the scales, assuming they're still there.
Oh, this will help so much. I'm allowed, right?
yes, of course.
And she hands it over.
Thank you so much. This should help in the effort to push forward farther into the ice continent. Well, not exactly, but it should get us somewhere. But I believe a reward is in order for you to do this. I won't give you gold, but I can offer you something maybe a little better. Do each of you have a request for a magic item you want, or perhaps upgrade your gear? She looks at you, Aiden. Perhaps you want that crossbow upgraded. I think with the meteor we could make that a lot better.
Wait, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've kind of just been used so much to my own modifications on this. It's
Maybe you'll be able to learn something interesting from the modifications they do.
Yeah, you could do both, Aiden.
It could take a little while, but we're open for requests. So, do each of you have a request of something you'd want, or a function that you?
I may need to think it over. I mean, being handed a blank check like this is something pretty powerful, you know?
Yes,
Aiden
indeed.
nods in agreement with that and just starts mulling over a bunch of ideas in his head.
Okay, well, I can offer you some gold, and she goes to a coin purse and gives you 200 each.
Oh,
Good deal.
Oh, we still have to split our own gold.
Oh yeah, we do.
All
we'll
right.
do that later.
We'll do that
Uh,
later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
later.
Keeping.
A lot has happened since you were gone. We may have brokered an alliance. We have to work out the kinks. But it should
Oh, really?
help.
With who?
alliance.
I can't really tell you right now because it's still in the works, and you know who might be listening, so...
Oh,
Sinbad pulls out a Queen of Hearts
Mm-hmm.
and then flips it between his fingers and slides it back in. And he has no sleight of hand, so it's very not. It's very noticeable. It's very terrible. He's trying to look cooler than he is.
wait, let me try that.
And do a sleight of hand.
Roll for cool.
Oh, it's a little funny thing because
Roll for funny thing. Get nat 20.
Yeah.
hey, guess what that modifier is, by the way?
32.
What in the god?
So you got the technique down. You watch Sinbad do it, and it's just like second nature doing that trick he did. Mm. She says to you, yes, but that brings me to another point. Are you still willing to do that mission with Kleiman?
Bree just kind of looks at everyone else.
Perhaps when we get back to you as to what any sort of request we could make.
Also
we'll
depends
let
on
you
what.
know whether or not we'll take you up on that offer.
Yeah. Also depends on how long it's going to take for the scale to. And then he kind of falters, and then he finishes to finish development.
Well, that's part of the reason too, is because Kleiman was researching ways to do this, and we need his research in order to bring it full circle.
Right.
Mhm.
He nods.
No, I'm not sending you as assassins or anything. If you are able to deceive him or steal it, that's all we really need. We need just a spell book, research notes, journals, anything works. We can let you settle down in Calder for a week because he isn't really going anywhere, and a few expelled students seem to be heading his way.
You mean like more of them are potentially?
Following in his footsteps, but they've been dealt with and expelled.
But they're still heading there.
Yes, they're still heading there, but unfortunately we can't do anything else besides expel them.
Mhm.
There's no law here. To be perfectly honest, it's merely for reputation we need to expel them. Yes, we don't condone experiments on any living creature. And if they're in our group, then it will look quite bad for us.
Do you consider the feral Pokemon around here to be living creatures?
I really don't care much about them, really. They're not why we're here. I don't think they should be experimented on. It's just...
Okay. Well, we've come this far with the scale. It'd kind of be a waste not to get you the rest of the data that you need to complete the research, so I guess we will.
Yes,
As long as the rest of my team is okay with that.
For all intents and purposes, he is a bad guy. I don't think anyone would mind if it came to it to take him out. The MDRA has already done our part and expelled him.
Refresh my memory. What exactly did he do?
He was... Well, you asked me as soon as you got here about if the MDRA was experimenting on the feral Pokemon wandering around, in which it was him doing unlawful, secretive experiments on them.
Yes, I remember that, but what exactly was he doing? Was it like mind control, or was he like seeing
Actually,
it?
I think I still remember. You said something about the feral Pokemon around here have started evolving in new ways, and you were trying to sort of look into how that's happening.
Yes. Everyone here but Abolition usually knocks them out or euthanizes them. But Kleiman, he let them live while he did his experiments.
Oh.
I see.
Yes.
Well, as I said, I'm willing to take on this task to perform some espionage and get this information from Kleiman if the rest of my team is.
Yes. But if you undertake this, you can under no circumstance tell him the MDRI sent you.
Understood.
I have a bit of a confession to make, but the reason I've been so secretive is inside this room, it can't be scryed on in any way. Nobody's listening to us, even you know who.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'd ask you not to openly speak about information you learn in here outside there.
Understood.
Okay, thank you. But anyway, you could maybe relax. You've probably been through a lot. You can rest here
It's been an ordeal.
for a week or two, and you can head out on this mission for me. Or for the MDRA in general. This will be a great step forward for us if this comes through.
Alright. As a little aside, have you ever considered maybe trying to make some sort of amends or trying to reach some sort of agreement with the Hallowed Flame?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like them at all, but we are willing to work with them. They are not willing to work with us.
I was afraid of that.
Well, we'll try to soften them up a bit.
And I don't know if you know already, but their motives seem to vastly contradict ours. They want to destroy that meteor, and they want to destroy our tower.
The tower, I'm definitely going to try to work with them on for sure. I mean,
There are so many
we've been
secrets.
working with them with their temples, and so I'm hoping that by showing respect to them, they will show respect to us in turn.
I don't understand that. They're useful if you get cursed, as I can see. You have already fallen victim to it, Sabrina.
Well, I wouldn't call myself a victim. I'm actually rather pleased with it.
Oh, well,
Yeah, it's all fun and games until I try it, I'm sure.
but that tower holds so much ancient knowledge. It's one of the only ancient towers still standing, and it's a devastating blow if they destroy it. There are so many arcane secrets that have been lost to time during their scouring of the ones from the older days. None exist but that one. So you can imagine why we cannot let them destroy it. We cannot.
Is there anything specific there that you're looking for?
We don't know. It's been lost to time. The ice continent is harsh. No one's ever gone that far into it to investigate the towers, and I'm willing to bet there are still defenses on it too.
Alright. Well, I know that the MDRA and the Hallowed Flame don't get along at all in that regard, but there is the matter of the fire curse that everyone at least seems to be in agreement right now, that it'd be better to get rid of that. If at all possible, I'd like to try to get MDRA and the Hallowed Flames to at least cooperate long enough to deal with that.
It could be possible. I've heard the Hallowed Flames are actually trying to broker some alliances due to something they've seen on the mountain.
Oh?
Alliance with whom?
They're trying to get the Expedition Society, I hear.
Ah.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for letting us know that, Estelle.
Yes, no problem. Well, try to keep everything you've learned in here. It's a secret, though.
Yes, I won't let anyone know anything that we've learned in here.
Yes. But I suppose I should let you go, rest up, and I'll brief you on the mission in about a week or two.
Alright. Sounds good.
And that's where we'll end.
Hooray.
All right.
Woo!
You got a little demo battle with your level 6 thing, so yeah.
Yep.
Aw, yeah.
That stomp would have been devastating if it hit you.
Oh my gosh, that actually would have.
Yeah. I think it'd just knock you out, but still, it's
Yeah.
pretty hefty. But anyway, we'll see you guys next week as we do downtime stuff, and it might actually be more exciting than you think it'd be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta go and be like, quit breaking my meteors.
Yeah. Anyway,